Do. What's up? We got blood. Yeah, buddy. Hey, how's it going? How are you? I'll be honest, man. May be an early one. It's about to be Father's Day. People are out, so I appreciate you coming on. We may just chill for a little period of time and call her a day. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you for hopping on. Hopefully, you doing anything with your dad tomorrow? Let's go. That's right, baby. We're live. We're live. What's up? What's up, Thomas? How are you? How are you, bud? How's everything going? We got inept in the building too. Y'all are showing out. Just chilling. Yep. Happy Father's Day to you guys as well. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. We probably won't go super late tonight, just so everybody can be well rested for tomorrow. Um, but definitely, still wanted to go live with you guys. So I told my wife, I was like, "Dang, nobody's showing up." And she's like, "Yeah, it's Father's Day, you idiot. No one, everyone's busy doing stuff with their dads." And I was like, "It's okay. We'll see who shows up." So shout out to you three, Blood, Thomas, and Inept. Inept, hope you're doing well, buddy. It's been a minute, so hopefully the military is not kicking your butt or you're enjoying the Pokemon. Have you checked out Pal World? Pal World pre-orders went up on the stores online. You can pick them up for like $50 a box right now. So I know you're big into all TCGs, but me and my pops always work together at the booth every Sunday. Dang. Well, hopefully you guys make a ton of money tomorrow with Father's Day. People are enjoying it, spending money on their dad. Um, and you guys make a ton of money. I'm back and I'm ripped a bunch of packs. Got to edit the video tomorrow when I get home. Awesome. Are you opening strictly Pokemon? Are you opening different TCGs? You pull anything good? Some people have been pulling some crazy stuff. Don't forget, guys, the 25th, which is going to be, let me see what day that is. This Thursday coming up. Go check out Pack Hype's channel. He's going to have a non TCG on. So he says he's going to be asking these hard burning questions. Where's what's Pokemon doing? Where's these drops? Where's these restocks, resupplies? So I think it'll be an interesting live. Go ahead, check it out on Thursday if you guys are interested. Obviously, go show Pack Hype some love as well. Um, he's almost at 2,000 subscribers, so he has me on the lives that we do, and he's shown me a lot of love. So we got Blood in the house saying what's up to Inept, what's up to Thomas in the house, Choo's in the house, what's good, Chew? Yeah, just Pokemon packs you got at MSRP are free from giveaways. Nice, bro. Nice. Don't open up that black bolt white flare. So everybody's pumping up black bolt white flare now. Um, I know Pablo made a video talking about. I didn't watch the video in full context. I didn't watch all of it, but I think he was talking about black bolt white flare. So I really think black bolt white flare is going to do fantastic, guys. You guys already know this. We looked at the set value last week. We can look at it this week if you guys want to as well. As far as what these illustration rares are doing, you have those monochrome cards. Um, I think I tell you what, I think Black Ball White Flare is going to do better than Prismatic Evolutions. Ascended Heroes may be a little bit of a different story. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you prefer Ascended Heroes or Black Bolt White Flare? Um, I can't decide on how I feel about that. I would much rather prefer personally Black Bolt White Flare over Ascended Heroes, but I understand Ascended Heroes has a ton to offer. Maybe Rudy just pumped Black Bolt White. It's over. It's over, guys. Rudy just pumped Black Bolt White Flare. I haven't watched. Is that the video he uploaded today? I saw he uploaded a video like an hour ago. So if that's the case, dude, don't. Hey, here's what I'll say. Don't say I don't care about you guys because you guys know I have been talking about Black Bolt White Flare for months, months before these people telling you guys how much I like Black Bolt White Flare. So don't say I didn't care about you guys for sure. I mean, Thomas, you know, perfect example. I told you it was months ago, man. I told you like don't be getting rid of your Black Bolt White Flare. So Cine Heroes will outperform Black Bolt White Flare because of the God Pack you can get. Yeah, dude, this Black Bolt, it's chugging along. Let's pop this bad boy up. Let's just chill, have a good time, shoot the shit. I appreciate you, 8 dudes, inept, Thomas, Chew, Blood. Am I missing anybody? I feel like that's everybody. How's that 8 people? I guess we got some ghost watchers. Maybe Roxy's in the building chilling or something like that. But um, anyways, shout out to you 8 people. Maybe you 8 people. If you're fucking clowns, get out of here. Go enjoy Father's Day. Go do something. Get out of here. But yeah, but dude, Black Ball White Flare, most recent sale. Let's see what we got. $180, 172, 186, 172, 180, 180. So $180 ETB. That's with Rudy, not literally just making a video an hour ago, pumping this up. So let's see what we have until 188 is the one, the closest one you can get, the cheapest. Sorry about the cat, guys, by the way. Um, and then there's 10 of those. Then we go into the 190s, 193. So, dude, this thing's gonna be 200 freaking dollars here soon. I really hope we do get a reprint, restock of Black Bolt White Flare. You know, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do. Obviously, try your Targets, Walmarts, try to get that product. But man, if this gets to 200, we see something like Prismatic Evolutions and it drops to 150. I hate to tell you guys this, but it may be the play to do that. I just really feel like Black Bolt, and even White Flare too. I can make that argument for White Flare. It feels like a lot of Black Bolt has been ripped. Not a lot of people care to collect White Flare because the set has always been said that it's not that popular. That Black Bolt's better. So maybe in the long term, White Flare will actually outperform Black Bolt. Um, of course, there's risk, there's gamble in that. But yeah, dude, I mean, look at the value. Let me do this. Let me get rid of this real quick. Ascended Heroes will outperform Black Bolt White Flare, not just the God packs because it's got a bunch of Gen 1. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know Black Bolt White Flare is definitely a Gen 5 specialty set. So you either gotta love Gen 5, you gotta hate Gen 5, or maybe there's some. I just feel like with the variety of Pokemon, it's definitely a very, very it's gonna be a very great, like very good set to have long term. It's close, but I think Black Bolt White Flare is slept on. Black Bolt ETBs is 180 on TCG Player. Yes, sir. We just looked at that. You think Ascended is more fun to rip though? Okay, interesting. I think honestly, I've had better luck with Black Bolt White Flare than I've had with Ascended Heroes as far as just average pulls, illustration rares, stuff like that. LeChonk in the building. Go show LeChonk some love, guys. They did a 44-minute video opening up some gym pack bundle thing. It's really cool actually. It comes with I think it's 3 different gym packs. So go check out that video. It's a little bit longer, but if you guys are doing some stuff around the house, just turn it on, enjoy it. Tons of editing on LeChonk's part, or maybe his wife's part, whoever edits the videos, but definitely go show LeChonk some love. Rudy's got to show something other than his high opportunity cost Magic the Gathering collector box. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do think that Rudy definitely shills some stuff, when he's about to put it on his sales. He kind of wants the market to pump up before he puts it behind his, not what it his Patreon sales. But I do think also if you just listen to him, you can kind of pick up some knowledge, where so yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing. is you got to be careful with any content creators that you listen to, whether it's Rudy, Nostalgianomics, Pokey Plumber, any of these people that make content. You never know what their motives are, what their motivations are. Even me, I'll throw my hat in the ring, even though I don't consider myself a content creator. I said I have one Black Bolt ETB and two White Flare ETBs, which is the truth. But in all reality, I could have cases of this, hypothetically speaking. You guys know that that's not the case, but I'm just saying, like, you really have no true idea when it comes to these people. I'm glad you got one in March for 100. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that was a great play on your part. So you got Shrouded Fable, you got Black Bolt. So do you have White Flare as well? I definitely think if you don't have White Flare, it's worth picking up White Flare. At least a couple ETBs. I think the ETBs aren't. I actually like White Flare's ETB better than I like Black Bolt's ETB, which some people may say is crazy. I was watching. Have you guys checked out? What's his name? Izzy Pax. I know Blab has been pushing him. I think he's done a live with Henry, and I've heard TRJ. I think during some lives mention Izzy Pax, but he was talking about the Black Bolt ETB and how it has the zebra striping on it, like kind of trying to compare it to shoes and like cool colorways. I don't personally find the Black Bolt ETB that appealing. So let me know what you guys think about that. Miss LeChonk does all the editing. You've been right on Black Hole White Flare for now. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, that's what I don't know when you hopped in, LeChonk, but I was just saying, like, don't say I don't care about you guys, because you know, um, th- there's lives after lives after lives of me talking about this set for a while. So I just think it was kind of a really truly no brainer. Um, but it just depends on the content creators. Pal it up. What's up, Lambo? Where are the videos, man? Have you given up on the content creating? Which is completely fine. I have not seen you. Um, I haven't seen you in the comments, which is fine as well. Don't feel like you have to comment on my videos, but I haven't seen you in the lives, the comments. So I'm sure you're probably just busy with work. Hopefully, you're still enjoying Pokemon. I know that you were kind of talking about taking a break because you don't really want to talk about the market and stuff like that. But just glad to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well. But let me get rid of my face so you guys can see this. We have the Victini. It's going up, guys. It's freaking going up. Let me go ahead and switch this condition real quick to make it super easy for us. So I don't know why it's not putting most recent sales. So we have 595, 627, 600. What is this Victini going for? Oh, okay. Is there something wrong with it? I'm not really seeing why this one sold for 500 when we're seeing sales at 600. But anyways, this thing's a $600, just continuing to go up. You could have bought it for $400. Now it's $600. So Victini, cool card. I don't think you really got to have all of them. Uh, like you don't need to have the Black Bolt. You don't need to have the White Flare. I think that that's some goofy stuff right there, saying, "Oh, I have the Black Bolt version, but I don't have the White Flare version, and it's cheaper." Zekrom EX, the black one. I tell you what, I don't really care for these this monochrome for the Zekrom. I think the Reshiram looks good, but look, just it looks like nice, steady, healthy growth. You do have 3 sales, you do have 4 sales, but we're not seeing like 20 sales in one day. But just kind of, it goes up, it staircases, settles down for a second, goes up, staircase. So pretty happy with that. 650, 597, 650, 536, 596. So damn near $600 as well. This Zekrom, couple months ago, $200. Let's see, right here, March 30th, April 2nd. So we've been talking about, we've been talking for more than 3 months, but still, I remember talking about this being $200. Still, we had a little bit of a pump right here, but nothing too crazy. Pretty natural, healthy growth to see. and just continuing to go up, almost $300 a card. So if you pick this up when it was 190, $200, which don't get me wrong, is still crazy for what I think this card, I think short term, this card is probably $150 that you'll be able to pick it up for. If, and of course, you guys know this, if we see a correction in the market, when we see a correction in the markets, when we see a crash, these cards, I think that they will not be, I think they'll go down in price. So I feel very comfortable around 150 bucks for this card if you're able to pick that up. This Seismitoad, I hate this card. So if you like it, cool. Well, we'll just check it out. Most recent sale 235, 239, 225, 250. So $250 card. Sure, I guess if you guys want to have that. Other than that, like I mean, there's just so much potential. The Kira EX, you got Haxorus, Insplan, Dweeble, Volcarona, which I actually love this Volcarona at $61.83. Shout out to Chew with the Crocodile, $60.27. Superior 57, Lilligant 52, Genesect 47. I mean, guys, like this whole page, the lowest value for a card is $32. We can even go to the next page. All of these cards are in the $20. Like this timber, $20.48. The next page, 19. Then you even have these master balls. All of these are $14.20. So it's just like there's so much potential when it comes to Black Bolt White Flare. That is freaking 3 pages of cards that are $15 or more. Absolutely insane. Look at this set. Wow, what set is this? This set, Brandon? Oh, wait, what's up, Brandon? How are you doing, brother? This set's Black Bolt. The number is just mark. This whole market's a joke, just a lack of supply. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. It's yeah, they said they were going max capacity and then they literally are just dicking around. So they can't say that they're doing max capacity when they did what is I think it was like what 200,000 or no, it's 2 million, I think. I think it's 2 million cards less than they did the year before during a slow period. So the Seismitoad, it's an ugly card for sure. Poor Victini card looks like cheeks. I prefer the Victini over the black Zekrom. I'm being facetious. I got you. I got you. Let's take a look at the ETBs real quick. 147.84. Let's see. Most recent sale. 150, 150, 164. So 150 bucks. 154 is your floor right now from a verified seller, then 155. See how long it takes to get to 160. So yeah, two ETBs, and then you got it at the 160. So again, steady good growth, nothing too insane. Of course, I think it's GGs. I think these both are going to explode very quickly. Pokemon Center ETB, $251. You can pick it up 265. Let's check out the sales. 249, 257, 262, 263. So yeah, people are starting to know what they have when it comes to these two sets. And then same thing, man. We'll just check out the singles. I think the Reshiram looks so good. I've not seen either of these cards in person, the Zekrom or the Reshiram. I have seen the Victini before, but I think this Reshiram just will look super clean. It's by 5 ban, and just look at that growth over the 3 months. Just normal growth, nothing too crazy. Most recent sale 500, 368. That's weird. 478, 16, 359, 500, 499, 737, 500, 500. So $500 card. I think that the card's awesome. Victini 474.88. Reshiram. Do you guys remember when the Reshiram was $150? $157 in March. This card is now says 214. Let's look at most recent sales. 223, 220, 229, 227. There's a PSA 10 for $500, which is not too shabby. I know that's kind of crazy coming out of my mouth, but I think that the Reshiram and Zekrom are going to be phenomenal cards long term. So 500 bucks is it's not too bad, especially when you people are paying way more than that for that shitty 151 Charizard, 211, 220. So $220 card. Could have picked it up for 150. Oshawott 92.49, Hydreigon beautiful card 88.64, Zoric 81.70, Keldeo 77. Chandelure way better than Pitch Black Chandelure in my opinion. Shout out to Choo Choo for our wonderful conversations that we've had. But yeah, this card's way better in details as far as the background than the Chandelure from Pitch Black. I know it's one's an SIR, one's an illustration rare, but still 63, 53. You got a freaking leopard, Lipard, 5106. So it definitely drops off a little bit quicker, when it comes to this set as far as higher values, because on this page, we're already at $17. But we can go on the next page and you're cheap. They about equal out around the $12 to $15 range for the first three pages. So I'm just telling you, man, I know it's Gen 5. I know it's super weird. Um, you do have to have people that enjoy, the Pokemon, enjoy the generation, but at the same time, you can have, a Zebra Strike fan that there's a Zebra Strike card. And so that makes them go into White Flare. And then that makes them want to open White Flare. So a ton of potential when it comes to it. Pokemon potentially releasing another Rocket set got me weak. Yeah, that's what Anon. If you guys have not seen Anon's video that he did over the next 9 months, there's apparently a 7.5, which our Pitch Black is going to be the fifth one, I believe so. Let me see. We had one, two, three, four, five. Yeah. So Pitch Black will be MEO5. Then we'll have the 30th anniversary. I don't think it's going to be a half, like like a 5.5, but I mean, I guess there's potential it could be. Then we're gonna have Delta Rain, so that'll be six. Then probably Aura Seeker will be seven, and then the 7.5 will probably come out sometime in April or May, more than likely. That we'll get this holiday set, and he thinks it's going to be Team Rocket, like this whatever Team Rocket specialty set. I was talking to Whack today, and me and Whack were kind of arguing back and forth. Um, but he brought up a great point because I do think we're going to get this Ruby and Sapphire set, Radiant Ruby, Shining Sapphire. But I think that they're going to save it for the end of the generation, just like they did with Black Ball, White Flare. So, um, if there is going to be a Team Rocket specialty set, I hope that they actually do a true nostalgic Team Rocket theme set, and it makes people realize how fucking wrong they are about Destined Rivals. Um, as far as from like a Team Rocket nostalgia standpoint. But yeah, it was a very interesting video. If you have not seen it, and like I said, Pack Hype will be having a non TCG on his channel freaking Thursday. Phantasmal Flames, dang, 420, and it's gone back up some as well. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we had some on the 17th for 390, so 400 bucks. We were in the 440s. Not really looking like the 420s, so it's been up or down 20 bucks. Nothing too crazy with Phantasmal Flames. I still do not trust Phantasmal Flames, guys. Long term, this box will do incredible things, but right now, I don't trust it. From everything I've heard, this 1.5 million booster boxes is a real deal thing. We just don't know when it's going to happen, where it is, but it sounds like it's a real deal situation. So I just don't, I will not be buying at 460 bucks, especially, you look at the set. We'll switch up condition. I agree. That'll be the end of the mega block if it happens. Yep. I mean, that'd be super cool as well. I just hope we get it. And I hope it's exactly like Black Bolt, White Flare. I think that that is a great, great thing that Pokemon's doing. You know, it might keep the hype going for a long time, but I hope eventually they go through like every single generation where they make a true, you know, like specialty set with every Pokemon illustration rare or better. I think that would be awesome for everybody. You know, um, dang, this card's 900, almost pretty much $900 for this Charizard. You know, I remember, what was it, like 6 months ago? Let's see, a year ago. What was the cheapest you could buy it for? I know you can buy it cheaper than that, 477. And since then, you know, we had that pump up all the way from 500 to $820, and people have just said, "All right, it is a generational Charizard, and we are going to pay $800 for it, or 900." Mega Charizard EX. I don't know if this has anything to do with Phantasmal Flames, but you know, technically it is up, but not up that much. You know, it's a year. Well, it's not a year ago. Like 6 months ago, December 22nd, $324, and 363, 380, 340, 360, 334, 330. So doing kind of what Mega Evolutions did. But Destined Rivals. I know, buddy. I know. Hey, don't get it twisted. You know, I definitely want to have a get another Destined Rivals for my collection. I had one. I don't have one anymore. I sold it last year, but I'm going to take my freaking chances. It's so funny to me. You see these people, they talk about how great Destined Rivals is and how much they need to have Destined Rivals in their collection, and they pay all time highs. And I'm not talking about Pablo. So, but they pay at all time highs, and then they get it and they sell it. They turn around after celebrating their accomplishments of getting it, and then they freaking turn around and sell it into something else. It's, I don't know, that just seems ultra goofy to me. Um, but yeah, other than that, there ain't nothing. There's really not much in Phantasmal Flames. You know, again, I love the Dawn card, you know, $30. Meowth is 25, Mega Sharpedo 24, Lopunny is 21, Rotom's 20, Piplup 17, and then everything else is subpar $10. So it's kind of crazy to have that box be $450. But yeah, Roxy Boxy, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. If you have any Father's Day plans, hopefully you guys have a great time with your father, or just chilling. If you're a father yourself, hopefully you just get to chill. Pokemon Center for Pitch Black 565. That's dumb. This ETB is going to be. We'll look at Chaos Rising, but this ETB is going to be somewhere in like the 150s range, and the fact that this booster box is going for $290 is just insane. I understand, you know, I understand this is pre-order, so that's what they do. But you could have picked it up for 250, and so many people are picking this up that people are selling this for 289. It's the same supply that we got for Chaos Rising. So when it comes to booster boxes, but you know, we could be seeing, you know, a correction, you know, or not a correction, but we could be seeing all that information that has been coming out from all the different content creators, me, including myself, where Pokemon apparently is telling Distro that you have wave one, wave two, and that's all you get for the time being. So people may be taking that like literal, as in you will never see another booster box of Pitch Black after those two waves, which could be potential. That could be playing a part into why we're seeing um, what we're seeing. But I don't care about the freaking Darkrai that's in this set. Like I do care about it, but it's that doesn't carry the set that hard to make it super expensive. Um, 450, 450 looks like it's kind of. Oh dang, no 450 is wrong. We're at $350. $350 Mega Darkrai, Japanese. Um, 350, 370. So it's looking about like the 380, anywhere from 350 to $380 range for the Mega Darkrai. That is not bad, guys. for Japanese. I mean, it's stupid expensive. Don't get me wrong, but we had the Mega Charizard coming out 700. We had the Mega Gengar from Ascended Heroes, Mega Dream, seven, $800. So to see this Darkrai, Mega Darkrai at 350, with apparently all the speculation, all the manipulation from all these, from what's going on in Japan, which caused the booster boxes to shoot up to 140 really quickly. It's not it's not too shabby. So I do like to see that. Obviously, I want it to be a freaking $100. But yeah, 350 for that is not too bad. Morpeko, $60. So pretty typical. I'm not surprised to see Morpeko in the second slot. Megazora, Misty Spirit, $52 for all my Misty fans. Not even best Charizard, it's a Mega Charizard. Don't at me. Hey, that's a valid point, bro. That's a very valid point when it comes to that. The Darkrai isn't gonna hold, mark my words. No, I don't think so. I don't think so either. Yeah, dude, I think that Darkrai easily, people have talked about this, and I agree. Like, and I've obviously made a video talking about it. It's crazy to think that we celebrate these small sets and just everything that's going on with these sets. You, I refuse to believe if we take a look at the Zygarde. I refuse to believe that this Zygarde is what is it near mint? $67, $70. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, you may be a Zygarde fan. It's colorful. It pops. This is like a $30 card. You know, um, I could even see it being a $20 card. So yeah, there's just a lot of max goofy stuff going on. I love these small sets. It's funny that everybody's crapping on the small sets. They're saying, please, 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 Pokemon, make Delta Rain, make it be a big set like Mega Evolution's base. But I just don't think that's what Pokemon's doing for real. I think they're doing small sets on purpose, and I love it. But we shouldn't be celebrating, these cards being the price points that they are. We're far from where we should be. But everything's super overpriced right now. So you pulled that Zygarde the other day. Nice, buddy. You should have showed it off. $40 top in a bear market. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it could be $40 because I really like this Mega Clefable, but I don't think this Mega Clefable is probably over 30, 35. You know what I'm saying? So that's, but again, to each his own, right? I mean, I think the market's kind of spoken with having the Mega Clefable being above the Mega Zygarde. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that. It'll be in the video. Nice. Cool. Well, I'm excited for that video. I was getting PSA 10 SRs for $30 back in the last. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the artwork has only gotten better and better. I absolutely do believe that. I don't know if you could get the like any of these SIRs. I don't know if you can get those for $30, but some of these will definitely fall through the crack. I think the Mega Starmie will probably fall through the crack for a while. Mega Zygarde. I could even see. Honestly, I could see a bunch of these perfect order cards, and I like a lot of these. But I think in like a bear market style, these cards are already falling through the crack. To be honest with you, besides this Meowth, um, so yeah, I think that probably a lot of perfect order. I don't know about $30 a card for a PSA 10, but maybe 50, 75 for sure. We got Drunk in the house. Everybody say what's up to Drunk. Hopefully you and your yeah, we're looking at perfect order, talking about the Zygarde. So we're just kind of chilling, having a start, our weekly live. Um Nothing too crazy. I know that's today's tonight or in a couple hours, depending where you live. It's Father's Day. Father's Day. So we'll probably just do like an hour or two, and then we'll call it a night and let everybody get some rest and enjoy their times. Whether you're a father or you're gonna hang out with your father tomorrow, hopefully your father's still around. Cine Heroes. You already know the deal with this. We're sitting at 520, dropped down all the way to 457. Let's see what's on the market right now. Back up to 504. If y'all don't know, Pokemon said they weren't messing around with this, the resale of the on the secondary market, that you couldn't go to a sanctioned Pokemon event that was ran by Pokemon, and you weren't allowed to have product over a certain price point. You weren't allowed to have certain things, and people were buying those Pokemon Center ETBs from the vending machines that Pokemon provided and filled, and selling it to vendors that were there. So, Pokemon, what the fuck are you doing? City Heroes ETBs market price is 177, 159, one at 229. Fucking idiot. 159, 179, 179, 159, 179, 179. So yeah, dude. We just kind of stagnated, around the 180s. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, 180. 180 for Ascended Heroes. I know people are excited, especially hearing that news and information about Pokemon not reprinting or getting any more products of Ascended Heroes for the rest of this year so they can focus on the 30th. They were like, oh man, Ascended Heroes is going to take off to like $250. I don't think it's going to. I think the 30th is going to take a lot of heat away from Ascended Heroes, especially if we're getting like a 1 in 10,000 God of God packs for the 30th anniversary. Um, that's going to be people's chase. I mean, you want to talk about a gambler's dream, 1 in 10,000 God pack, and then the Mega Rayquaza set. So, yeah, I think Ascended Heroes is going to kind of chill for a while, and hopefully Pokemon focuses on getting some of these Ascended Heroes products reprinted, preferably ETBs, and we can see this thing, take a dump. Jay, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Hopefully you're gonna go hang out with your family tomorrow. But thanks for coming by, buddy. More predictable summer little time. Yeah, that's what we're seeing, man. A lot of just kind of staircase up down up down up down, nothing too crazy. You do like to see it definitely makes a lot more sense than seeing things getting pumped and dumped, and people losing their ass. But yeah, it looks like some Ascended is climbing, so Ascended Heroes is still doing. It's the J Man. It is the J Man. You pre-ordered some Ascended Heroes tins yesterday. Oh, the new ones that are coming out that with the 4 packs in them. Yeah, dude, those things are going to be crazy. They're going to be great for opening. That people are going to want to hold on to them too. Even though, from my understanding, they have the same promos as the EX boxes, right? I'm pretty sure they do. I know it's Mega for Alligator, Mega Meganium, and Mega Imbor. I'm pretty sure it's the same promos. They just threw them in a 10. So still, that's cool. If it gets more product out to the hands of people, but people are going to be buying those up like crazy, even if it's a 5 per limit, per SKU. It's just tons of people that are going to be going for it. That Psyduck, man. When is this Psyduck going to be freaking like $30? I mean, it's a banger card. I love this card. I definitely got to have this card in my collection, but $102. I don't know, guys. Am I wrong for that? Like, am I just being goofy for thinking that this card is not going to be freaking $20 at some point? $30 even? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But it's a phenomenal card. It really is. I'll show you guys this. Let me see. So hopefully Henry and TRJ are not are not in this live ghost watching, because TRJ is the only one that's brave enough to show his face. Henry will just sit in a corner and watch. But I did pick this up today. Let me see if I can get to focus. Okay, you got focus. There we go. Mega Diancie, Mega Attack Rare. Pretty clean, slightly off centered from left to right. So I just freaking threw it in a slab, in one of those fake PSA slabs, but freaking awesome. I think personally, awesome card. Um, so I was very happy to get that card. The Mega Frostlass, I did finally see it in person. I've seen the SAR and I've also seen the Mega Attack Rare. It did not hit me as hard as I thought it was going to. Um, but but yeah, I mean, I definitely I've decided my goal is to get all the Mega Attack Rares, even if I don't like them. I'm going to get all the Mega Attack Rares for my collection. I think that they're going to do fantastic long term, but it's too it won't be, it's too good. Okay, so where do you think, Drunk, where do you think that you would where do you think the bottom for the side duck would be? You just sold your Mega Diancie or your side duck? Ah, I'm just fucking, dude. You know me. I gotta I gotta say some crazy stuff every now and then. So um yeah, dude. I just find it funny. People want to come after me for cards. So there you go. Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. Oh, the Mega Diancie? Yeah, dude. I love that card. So I went and picked it up today. Some fake ass slab protectors, but hey, you know what? It's cool. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not no graded guard. And then I did get this. Let me know what you guys think about this. They had limited options, but this is my Team Rocket Moltres. What do you think about that? Let me see. Let me ignore the mess behind me. Let me do this. Turn off the blur. Let's do this. What do you guys think about that? Come on, focus. Focus on the Moltres. Boom. I think it looks good. I'm happy with it, but I might be fucking crazy for saying that. Fire. Yeah. Yeah. And I got my daughter too. Here, I'll be right back. I was super excited for this one. I'll be right back. All right. And you guys know, right? You guys know that I got the Sylveon for my daughter. Let me see. All right, let me turn this shit off again. Bear with me. Boom. Dude, tell me that does not look pretty damn nice. It's just like the frost, but it's got the pink on the bottom. She's gonna be so excited when she comes home tomorrow. She's staying the night at her grandma's, my wife's mom. But yeah, dude, I just think I saw this. I was like, dude, it looks so clean. Like I think it looks freaking awesome. And then I got this. Let me know what you guys think about this. So I got this Mega Attack Rare Gengar. Boom. Come on, work with me. Mega Attack Rare Gengar. Love this card. Freaking love it. Um, what do you all think? So it's got like this. So it's purple. Come on. So it's got purple, and then it's got that green yellow. So they have a slab guard for it, and it's got purple and green, like a lime green to it. I thought it would look really cool, but I didn't pick it up today. So let me know if you guys think that would work. But yeah, just trying to have a little fun. I love that card, dude. The Moltres, yeah, dude, that Moltres is fire. It's so good. I mean, that's Korean, so not valuable, worth of shit. But I had to get that card. Bottom probably 70 American in the ebbs and flows. Too many people want it. I've sold a good few. It's very liquid. Okay, well, um, I mean, if it's 70, it's 70, I guess. Hopefully Ascended Heroes is in abundance at some point, and, and I just end up pulling it. I'd be I'd be I'd be freaking happy with that. I've got the Mega Halucha in Japanese, and, there's a couple other cards that I want from Ascended Heroes that aren't, like, the massive heavy hitters. So if I pull that freaking Psyduck, then I'll be happy with that. Purple and green would look fire. Okay, I'm gonna pick that up this week. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and I'll be working a lot. And then also, I don't think I showed you guys this, but here, let's do this. Get rid of the blur again. Boom. Can y'all see that? Boom. Chinese Alakazam from 151. So pick that up. It was like $30, but look at that card. So freaking nice. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of what I've been doing. I just been trying to add a little fun to the collection. Um, nothing too crazy. So I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, dude, like these slabs too. So I have the fake slabs. Obviously they're fake. But they look real. But like these bumper guards, they're $8. And so minus my daughters, it's just a nice, fun little way to. Damn, the blur doesn't mess with it, but like that looks cool. So I come home and I see my little slabs all colored up, $8 here, there, like super fun. So yeah, dude, we're just chilling, having a good time. So, but yeah, picked up that card. Is there anything else you guys want to take a look at? I guess we'll look at Destined Rivals, huh? Y'all even want to see Destined Rivals, or y'all over Destined Rivals? 151 Alakazam, yeah, dude, freaking. I had to get that card. I think I got it for $30 for Chinese, which I know in a bear market, like a chill market, that card's probably like $15, maybe $30, but I don't think it's going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars at any point, you know. But it's cool. Like I'm not going to pay 70, $80 for the Alakazam for English when I can get the freaking Chinese at the same. I get four, not really four. I could get three Chinese 151 Alakazams for the price of one English. You have like 351 packs if I want to rip. Nah, dude, I'm good. I have no desire to rip 151. I really truly don't. I ripped a ton of it, and it's kind of one of those things you just freaking buy the cards, honestly. Or you should have been buying the cards. Like I remember I was talking to, I think it was Inept in the Discord, and we were talking about the Blastoise, and I was like, guys, I need to get the freaking Blastoise, and now I think it was right when it was about to pump, like there were those signs that the card was fixing to pump, and he's like, "Why didn't you pick it up at like $50 or something like that?" I'm sure Inept, if he's still in here, he can tell you. But he like busted my balls, and he's like, "Why didn't you like? It's $100 now. You should have just picked it up when it was $40 and nobody gave a shit." I'm like, "I know, but you're always collecting, moving different things. It's just it is what it is." But dude, I'm telling you guys, I know people are talking about this. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this. Am I wrong? So, we there's this rumor that we're gonna get this Team Rocket theme set. And oh, hold on. My dog got left outside. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about, so we've been hearing about this possible specialty set that's supposed to be like a Team Rocket themed. Do you guys think that if we get a specialty set of Team Rocket and it's actually Team Rocket themed, we have dark Pokemon or some form of dark Pokemon, maybe we get like a Jesse or James, like we it feels like we get an actual true Team Rocket theme specialty set. Do you think that it's going to hurt or help Destined Rivals go higher in price? Because I've been hearing a ton of people say, oh, if we get another Destined Rivals set, all it's going to do is pump up, or if we get another Team Rocket set, it's just going to pump up Destined Rivals. It's going to make Destined Rivals more expensive. And I just don't agree with that. I feel like if we get a true specialty set and it's a banger, like truly Team Rocket themed with the nostalgia, I just feel like it's going to people are going to be like, oh, that Destined Rivals doesn't really seem like a true um special, like a true Team Rocket set. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Inept says, oh, it's going to pump Destined. So the Venusaur is your favorite, yeah, for sure. Stellar Crown, Terrapagos, yeah, dude, it's on the move, man. Terrapagos is on the freaking moon. We always think we have more AK. We try not to FOMO. Yeah, for sure, man. Will it take some air out of DR? Yes, dude. Yeah, see, that's what I feel like. I feel like this box has been struggling to be over $600. I understand it's accomplished over $600. Right now, we're back at 600. I know, I know that people are being smart, trying to be smart about it. They're like, hey man, $600 for a set that's only been out a year. There's still the reprint facility potentially. There's so many things up in the air. Like, I just, I mean, it struggles to get at 600 and stay over 600. So I don't know. Do you guys think this? If we get all the way to the end of 2027, and we do not see any form of a Destined Rivals booster box reprint, do you guys think that this box can reach $1,000? Where do you think the ceiling is for this box within the 2-year reprint window? Probably why they aren't reprinting more DR. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It absolutely could be. They could be like, oh man, people are losing their shit over Destined Rivals. Well, we got another, you know, and I feel like too a big thing that people are talking about, or a lot of people talk about how we don't, and historically we don't get a ton of Team Rocket theme sets. We've gotten two before Destined Rivals, but imagine if we start getting more Team Rocket theme sets, maybe once every couple of years, maybe once every 5 years or once every so often. I feel like it could help people chill out, but right now they're and even before we got this news of this new Team Rocket product specialty set, people are like, oh well, we're not going to get another uh, Team Rocket theme set for another 10, 15, 20 years. So it's going to help. Let's see, it's no Evo. Let's see, 800 with reprint. Yeah. 800 with no reprint. Got you. It'll be 1K by the end of 27. 800. I'm going to say 800 is a ceiling by the end of the year, if not reprinted. So you think by the end of this year it can reach 800? I'm talking about 2027. I don't think this thing's going to reach 800 by the end of this year. There's no way with the 30th anniversary, this Rayquaza set that's coming out. I don't see it reaching 800. TPCI is thinking that too. More Team Rocket sets, yeah, for sure. I think it hints at them printing more DR. DR could definitely hit 1,000. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you're high. like at the end of 2027 would have to be $1,000. Um, yeah, and that's of course depending. That has to be a perfect storm. We still got to be booming. The market's still got to be extremely hot. Pokemon has shown no signs of any form of booster box reprint for going on. What would that be? We're in 2 years now, so 3 years, almost 4 years of no booster boxes. And of course they've reprinted like Surging Sparks and stuff like that. But from like, hey, Pokemon's come out and they've acknowledged they reprinted this. Um, they haven't. So yeah, that would be like 3 years of that, which that would the confidence that people are like, oh, dude, there's no way they're gonna reprint Destined Rivals. I don't know nothing, Roxy. Who is opening up Destined Rivals boxes right now? So supplies are really going down, other than people hoarding them. Yeah, dude, that's fair. There's no way that Rip and Shippers are opening up Destined Rivals booster boxes at freaking $600 a pop. At least I don't think so. But then here's the question: What are they? What are they opening? To get Destined Rivals. Let's see. I mean, I guess they could buy individual packs. What are the individual packs at? $10? $10 a pack. I don't know what Destined Rivals is selling for on the secondary market. Booster bundles, that's six for what is it? Is it $85? There's a 72. So I mean they could do that. That's a little over $10 a pack. But yeah, dude, I mean you could get based off that math, if it's $10 a pack, you're getting freaking um 60 packs for the price of a booster box. That makes no sense. Yeah, you have been in the hobby for 30 years, Brandon. You have for sure. I don't think DR really changes now and until next summer. Yeah, dude. I don't either. I think you're right for real. And unless we get like a reprint or something, right? Which I don't think we're going to. Full transparency. I don't think we're gonna get a reprint this year. So I definitely think, the only thing is with the Rayquaza set, I think it's going to be like a short term. I think people are going to want to open it for a couple months, and then because I fully believe it's going to be a small set. I don't think it's going to be Mega Evolution's base size. So I think what it's really going to come down to is that 30th anniversary and how much 30th people like Pokemon has actually printed. If these rumors are true, which I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors, but apparently these, what are they called? The Mewtwo and the Mew and the Pikachu, the chromatic rares, the future FURs. Apparently, there is a 1 in 10,000 God pack, and it will have different color schemes, color ways for these FURs that you can only get if you pull that God pack. And then people are talking about 1 in 5,000s, and like there's supposed to be like 3 or 4 different colorways. So, if that's there, man, it may just take the freaking light out of Destined Rivals. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, excuse me, I feel like a lot of people aren't even talking about Destined Rivals anymore. It seems like we've kind of moved on from Destined Rivals and even Ascended Heroes too. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about Ascended Heroes. It's all about that 30th, all about really the 30th at this point is kind of what it feels like. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Makes much more sense to open other product with packs. It's why it's stagnant for sure. Collection boxes, I have a lot of DR collection box right now. Ribbon shippers are buying packs from those collection boxes where you get like 4 perfect order, 2 DR and shit like that, and ancillary items that got scalped. Gotcha. Toolkits, okay, would be absolute mental. Yeah, dude, if they freaking do a monster set for Mega Rayquaza and they do a Groudon Kyogre, I mean, if they go crazy with it, it's GG's. It's we're you know, which is fine, dude. I'm not worried about it. If I honestly, if I can secure 2 PCTBs and I can secure a freaking booster box, I'll be happy. I could give 2 shits if the Mega Rayquaza set goes to, you know, I don't care what it does. But I don't I think that the smaller size sets is kind of Pokemon's MO. And I think it makes a lot of sense. It allows way more control to be able to quickly reprint what they need to. Not saying booster boxes, you know, uh, ancillary product, booster bundles, ETBs, 2 packs, 3 packs, 1 pack, whatever they want to do. I think it allows them to be able to print those a lot quicker than some freaking set like Paldea Evolved that's 3 sets in one. You accept your fate already? Yeah. I'm gonna have to miss work for those drops now. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, man. It's gonna be crazy. What do you guys think? So let me ask you guys. I don't think we really got to talk about this. By the way, shout out to you guys. Brandon, inept, drunk. I don't know if Jay's still in here. He might be doing a little ghost watching. Blood, Lechonk, Roxy, Thomas, Lambo. I don't think I've missed Choo Choo as well. Choo Choo, shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming, hanging out with me night of Father's Day. But what do y'all think about the queue? Do y'all think that the queue has just gotten so much more popular? That more people have just decided to jump into the Pokemon Center queue, or do you think that Pokemon is intentionally making this queue ass? That's what I mean, because I'm very curious because I find it hard to believe. I mean, and again, I know the queue wasn't perfect. I know that there were issues with the queue, but it has never been this bad before. And it just doesn't make any sense to me why all of a sudden it's so bad. The queue has become worse over the past year. Yeah. I'm just telling you, Chew. That's what Anon has been saying. Take Anon however you guys want to. But I do think the guy knows some things. Um, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the FURs. If I got an FUR, I would instantly move off of it. I could give 2 shits about the FURs at this point. And more people know about the Pokemon Center than they did a few years ago. Yeah, but what I'm saying though, Brandon, is it feels like these last ever since we got freaking chaos on the Pokemon Center, which again, I know it's not been perfect. I'm not trying to say like that it's been amazing this whole time, but it feels like chaos was the last good one. Pitch Black was a shit show, and then this restock of the booster bundles and the illustration part 2, that was they had to pull it. So it's just, for me, I don't understand why all of a sudden the queue is having so much of a difficult time. What makes sense to me, honestly, is that Pokemon's doing this shit on purpose to keep the hype, keep the demand, keep people just ready to rip off faces to try to go for that 30th, to try to go for that Rayquaza. That's what I would do, honestly. But maybe and they could be doing something on the back end. They could be trying to figure out like, hey, how do we stop these bots from getting through? I don't know. That's why I'm really curious to see what you guys feel about the last couple drops compared to how it's been in the past. Because like I know, shout out to Inept, that guy. He used to clock in like 4 minutes into the queue. You know what I'm saying? Like the queue would go live and he's already sending screenshots and he's like got a 4 minute time. He's already done checked out. So um yeah, I'm just curious. I feel from my experience, the hobby is still growing exponentially. There's so many new people all the time. Interesting. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I know you had a rough time with Pitch Black. The FURs are the future what is it? Future ultra rares. Where's Poke Beach on here? It's the Butte 2, it's the chromes that they were showing. Um at least I think they're FURs. Let's see. Futuristic rare, futuristic ultra rare. So these are going to be your FURs. And then there's a Pikachu too that's supposed to be a promo. The last 2 or 3 drops have been the worst. I believe bots are now getting in, and that's the reason queue times keep going up instead of down. Yeah, and I don't understand why they can't figure out the bot situation. Pokemon is definitely doing the shit on purpose. I'm with you. I'm with you, Thomas. But that's why it's always nice to be able to bounce off things, with other people. Because some people are like Roxy's like, nah, the bots are eating. Inept is I don't know what it is, or like drunk, not even inept, but drunk is like, nah, just more people are in the hobby more than ever. So they look so bad from that Japanese stream. Yeah, the chrome looking ones. Yeah, they're bad, bro. I don't like them. I didn't even get Chaos ETBs. Yeah, I know. I know you didn't. Whether on purpose or a side effect of an update, I don't think the bots are more locked in. Interesting. Interesting. Here's a small example from this week. A girl found my store, fell in love with Pokemon. Today she brought 3 friends. Small example, but that was a 4x growth in front of me in 2 days. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, for sure. That's a valid point. Um, and of course people can make the argument, well, for every 4 people that come in, 8 collectors leave, or 8 people leave. I mean, we all know the average time frame for people that are inside this hobby are 6 months to a year. So um I don't know, man. I just feel like there's no way that over a freaking month we have seen like a 4x multiplier on the Pokemon Center for it to do what it's been doing. It just seems like it intentionally has to be bad, or Pokemon just really doesn't give a shit. Because how are you the number one IP in the world and you don't have the server capacity to deal with all those people? They look like dirty diapers. Yeah, bro. I'm not a huge fan of them. So, I mean, don't get it twisted. Like the Pikachu will be cool to have. Um, I assume inept you've seen that Pikachu card, that Pikachu FUR promo. I definitely think that the blue one looks pretty good. But yeah, dude, I'm not a huge fan of these chromes. Yeah, yeah, for sure. The real question is how long do they stick with it? And today's children attention spans are fucking abysmal. Dude, they are. They are freaking abysmal. Yeah, dude, it really makes it not like I ever worry about TCGs. I mean, I'm more freaking into TCGs than ever before. I bought a freaking wild unknown booster box the other day. I bought um I bought Pal World, 2 boxes of Pal World. So we're gonna open up one on the channel when it comes in. I mean, I'm freaking even trying to expand my horizons a little bit with different TCGs as well, with obviously Pokemon being the primary focus. But yeah, dude, like my son, one week he'll be playing Rainbow Six Siege. The next week he's playing freaking Fortnite. And then he's not playing video games, he's watching YouTube. Like, yeah, dude, they bounce so quickly. There's never been an MMO launch that didn't have a day-long queue. More people buy what? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, dude, those freaking promos. That's where I'm going, dude. And people, let me know. I think, and I agree. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, but I think that's going to be like $100 for those Umbreon and Espeon. And I want a freaking binder. I would love a binder of those or a binder page of those. But it's going to depend. I've heard UPCs. I've heard that there's decks. Apparently, there's this chick in Canada as well. She says that they've already gotten the order through distro, where it is a Umbreon and Espeon battle deck, similar to the Gengar with the Haunter promo in there. Um, so I mean, Do you guys think what do you think the price is going to be out the gate for those? I could definitely see $100. Um, but I mean, I tell you what, I gotta get that freaking I don't know how I'm gonna have to do it, but I gotta get that promo. Those promos are incredible. I love those promos. Back into collecting physical stuff now. I traded a Simpsons DVD for some Pokemon cards today for some kid. So, did you trade a Simpsons DVD or did you trade them Pokemon for the Simpsons? Not in the Canadian distros? Okay, yeah, dude. I know this chick has said she's like in Canada, so maybe she's full of shit. I don't know, but she said that her and her husband got from distro the that they were battle decks. So I don't know, man. Yeah, you got some cards? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we're going into like a physical era because, we've been pushed so much with the digital where people are just not like they want to, if they're going to buy a PS5 game, they actually want to own that PS5 game. But I mean, you guys know this. We used to have physical stuff when we were kids, and then when the digital came out and you could instead of having to worry about going into the store to get the game and then bring the game home, you could just download the freaking game even a day earlier on your Xbox or PlayStation or whatever by switching your time zone to Australia. So it comes and goes in winds and waves. I'm not too worried about it. It's just more junk at the end of the day that people are going to move off of. I was a huge, huge, huge DVD collector when I was younger. I would go to the DVD stores, kind of like a Blockbuster, and every week I'd buy DVDs. I think I had freaking 400 DVDs at one point. Um, and then you look and you're like, you appreciate your collection, but then you're like, what am I gonna do with 400 freaking DVDs? So I think like I said, we might be in an era right now with where physical is the cool thing to have, but long term, I think it's going to go back to digital. You look at them every day. Yeah, dude, I don't blame you. I'd be looking at distro every day too, for sure. Kids said streaming costs too much now, dude. Yeah, they've gotten greedy as fuck with the streaming, 100%. They've gotten super greedy. Like Netflix. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like that Anaconda movie with Jack Black, the Anaconda remake. you know, uh, in order to see that movie, you had to upgrade your service for a couple weeks to be able to watch it ahead of time. So they're definitely getting greedy with what they're doing. It's everything's freaking subscription now. It's getting a little out of hand. Physical media has always been more important to me than anything digital ever. Yeah, for sure. A massive physical library for my Nintendo Switch, Xbox, Atari, you name it. Yeah. I think there's a generation of kids that missed physical stuff. Yeah. No, that's a valid point, man. That's a valid point for sure. Yeah, dude, but I don't know if it's kids though. I don't know if kids so much care about the physical stuff. I know that my son and his friends, they don't care about the physical stuff, but my son's 13 years old. I don't know, maybe you guys are talking about kids that are a little bit younger. I don't know. We're in a very interesting time. The war with Iran has ended. I don't regardless of how you feel about the war or not. How is that going to affect everything? Is everything going to go back to normal? Is that another can of worms? Like every day is a freaking different day. Yeah. Here's the problem with that though. So from my understanding of the Stop Killing Games movement, what it was primarily focused on was these companies being allowed to, whether it's digital or physical, turning off the services. So you could have a game, and in 5 years, the company just can say, "Hey, you own this physically. We're turning off the servers. You can no longer play the game. Like the game no longer exists." So I do know that there's people out there that they collect all kinds of things. Maybe they don't care if the game exists anymore or not, as long as they own the physical copy. But I think it's a little bit different. Well, so the physical game is more of like the multiplayer, I guess, is what it was about. Obviously, if you have like a campaign, they can't stop that because it's actually put into the into the disk. But it was like the online aspect behind it. I'm not saying they care about physical stuff. I'm just aware that digital has been pushed for the past. Oh yeah, dude, digital's fucking everywhere. I mean, I'm all digital. I don't have any cable. I have Wi-Fi. We pay for the subscription services. The TV that we consume is all subscription based. So I get the appeal of it for sure, but they've just gone freaking crazy with all the upcharging and breaking it up. Um, I remember when all the digital, like Netflix and Peacock and HBO, you paid a certain amount. It was like $7 a month or $5 a month, and it was no commercials, no anything. It was just you just got to stream, and now it's, oh, we have this, 2 days early feature, commercials. Then you can pay different prices for. Do you want really long commercials? Do you want short commercials? Like they've just gotten super greedy with it, and we keep paying for it. We've gotten used to it. So for shutting down their eShop on the Wii console, interesting. That was digital downloads only. Yeah, it's on the hard drive. How it might affect Pokemon for that week or two. Oh, gonna be interesting when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops in November. Yeah, dude. I mean, I know that people are talking about on top of the holiday lull that we should experience, that I think we will experience even still this year with the summer lull that showed up. But I people are saying that that might be what is the crash. That might be the start of the crash is GTA 6 coming out and people just playing it for years. You know what I'm saying? Not even just a couple weeks. I know DJ. I haven't watched him in a very long time, but he made a video a couple months ago talking about GTA and said he wasn't going to upload videos for a couple weeks. I think he said he was going to shut down his business for a couple weeks just to be able to play GTA 6. So I think it's going to kind of be like a double whammy, but I don't know, man. It's going to be really interesting. A lot of people are kind of calling for this crash after they say about 2 months after the 30th anniversary. So you're looking around that November time is when people are speculating for that 30th. Um, I think we're going to go a little bit into next year before we see if we are going to experience a crash next year. That would be the time, probably, you know, around the March time. So, but a lot of it just depends on Pokemon. Excuse me, and what they decide to print, not print, reprint or anything like that. So, but I do think GTA is going to have a bigger role into the market of Pokemon than what people are actually realizing. Didn't Netflix start Lucario set won't crash the market? I mean, it may just be completely out of control. It could, I mean, they could have that Team Rocket set, and if they print it to the ground, if a crash is going to happen, a crash is still going to happen. So I don't know why Netflix started. To be honest with you, I don't. I honestly, I thought Netflix was before Redbox. I'm pretty sure Netflix was before Redbox. Millions of people calling out sick for GTA. Yeah, dude, for sure. Um, Carnia? The amount of money people spend on GTA, I don't think they'll be spending on Pokemon. Yeah, dude. No, I agree. I think that the GTA 6 game coming out will play a massive role into the holiday lull. Again, I I don't think a crash is going to happen this year. I think we're close. I will say that. I do not think that we are going to walk out of 2027. Not even like, oh, at the end of the year. Like, I think 2027 will be the end of the bull market. And honestly, I hope the Lucario set's incredible, Kevin Clear. I hope it's incredible, and I hope people love it. And I'm personally excited for Lucario Z. I hope that they put Garchomp Z in there. I hope that they put Absol Z in there as well. I really like those. I'm more of a fan of Absol Z than Garchomp Z, but I hope it's a freaking banger and people love it. I prefer Lucario Z over the normal Lucario. So, oh, dude, yeah, man, GT, dude, I'll tell you what, I've told my wife, I'm like, and you guys know we've talked about this. I don't have a lot of time on my hands, on top from the video from doing lives with you guys, doing work, kids, all the stuff. I don't have a ton of time, but when I saw it was based in Florida, I was like, oh man, I gotta get a console, I gotta get the game. And my wife's like, no, you don't need that. And I'm like, you're right. I would never finish the game. So yeah, dude, GTA 6 is going to be a huge, huge deal. And then a year later, then the online comes out, which will be another huge deal. So yeah, I think 2027 is going to be the end. I don't know when. I'm not going to say Lucario said. I'm not going to say the Team Rocket said or whatever the case is going to be. I don't know when it's going to end, but I don't think we're going to walk out of 2027 in a bull run. And winds and waves, if it isn't revived well, I think you better say received well. That will be interesting. Yeah, for sure. I hope, dude. I'll be honest. I hope Pokemon doesn't fuck it up. I hope that they literally um, do a freaking banger of a game and just surprise everybody. I'm afraid that they're not going to do that. I truly am, and Brandon, like I was really hyped when I saw the game. Of course, I won't be experiencing that because I'm not buying a Switch 2 just to play that game. I'll watch, Crazy or somebody else play the game. But if you go, the fact that the game's already done, Pokemon or creatures or whoever makes the game, they have stated the game is ready to go. They're doing is just kind of making little tweaks here and there. So we're what it seems like we're a year out. Almost we're over a year, but we're close enough to a year. We're a year out before this game comes out. If they do not have this shit packed to the gills with Pokemon, you're not running through that forest and there are Pokemon all over the place. You don't go diving and there's Pokemon all over it, swimming around. There's Lapras and Tentacruels and Goldines and Starmies, Staryus, Dragalges. Like if they don't have it filled to the fucking gills with Pokemon and it's a smooth experience, like people are going to lose their shit. Um, at least that's what I think. Like people are going to try to make jackass videos and go viral in game for virtual cash. I heard GT will be a full on social media point system. Interesting. Okay. Cool. So it's kind of like where you can get paid for making content inside of the game, like actual money. Dude, people you want to talk about. I mean, we got content creators, people making YouTube channels for which this is some off-brand ass dumpling, you know what I'm saying? But like fucking dumplings, people unboxing dumplings, uh, different kinds of squishies and dude, like if that's the thing and people can sit at home and play GTA 6 and make money from actually playing the game, not having to stream it, dude, yeah, it's over. Ooh. What's up? Totally awesome. Thanks for I don't think I've seen you before, so thanks for coming out, hanging out. If you're still here, hopefully you're enjoying it. We got some really cool people in the chat. We're just chilling. I'm calling off work to play GTA 6. I'd rather play and look at my cards, and I don't think it will crash the way most think. I don't know about anyone else, but if I'm calling off work to play, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I know that people are very excited for GTA. Um, that is the speculation rumor mill, and typically, what I believe is that the majority of people tend to believe and think is going to happen. That means the opposite is going to happen. So people are calling for the crash 2 months after the 30th. I think it will be sometime in 2027. But I do think that there is going to be a ton of people, and I do think it's going to take focus away. There are tons of people. There are freaking millions of people that love GTA that will try to start becoming a video game streamer of GTA, especially if it's true, like where Blood said you're able to make money from making content inside of the game. Like there's a social media aspect to it where you can physically get paid. I do think it's going to pull people away, even if the market's like on freaking fire. There's nothing that most people wouldn't rather do than sit at home, play video games, and smoke weed and make money from it. So, or drink, or shoot up, or whatever your vice is. So, um, yeah, Thomas, I don't know if you're still here, buddy. Hope you have a freaking great Father's Day. Hopefully, they get you some Pokemon or maybe your favorite car. But thanks for coming by, buddy. Have a fantastic Father's Day, and I'm sure I'll talk to you sometime next week. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Let's see, Netflix was started in 1998. Redbox was 2002. Netflix did buy out Redbox right before they went full digital streaming. Yeah, yeah. I thought that Netflix came before that. I bought the Japanese Full Metal Wall booster box today. Tag Team GX box with Lucario. Nice. The ocean floor. What do you mean ocean floor? I have no idea what that means. I guess low key, I'm trying to get all the tag team boxes in Japanese. I'm at Full Metal Wall, Miracle Twins, and Dream League now. 6 more boxes. Yeah, dude, those tag teams. I was really hopeful with the tag teams. When we were talking about the 30th anniversary, there was all this speculation coming around about what was going to be in there. I was really hoping that we were going to get some tag teams. And yeah, we did get the Pikachu, we did get the Zekrom. It's cool, but there are some other better tag teams. There's promos that are incredible. There's like Blastoise Piplup. We got Venusaur and Celebi. There's just they got the Mewtwo and the Mew. There's so much potential. So I hope that we get some more tag teams for the 30th anniversary. They're freaking incredible. Yeah, Whale Lord and Magikarp, dude. So many good stuff. Tired, but here, no, I appreciate you. Hopefully that kind of made sense what I was saying. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I think GTA 6 is going to be. I definitely think it's going to do something. I don't, and it may be a blimp or it may be a long term thing. I don't know. I don't know. You think it should be called more of a decline? So you don't think that it's going to be a fairly accelerated rate of a crash? You think it's going to be? I mean, so what? You think it'd be over a year, 2 years, a 3 year period? Is that kind of what you're thinking? The most anticipated game literally ever, for sure. I know what's going to happen. China is going to win, just like the shoe market. The fakes will ruin. I don't know about that, Clear. I don't think that the fakes are going to ruin it. I think that people are going to get smarter as time continues, and they're going to be able to tell what's fake and what's not fake. And if not, if you can't tell what's fake and not fake, then you probably should not be buying online, or you should look into the cards that you're or the sealed, right? That you're wanting to move into. So, I don't think anything's going to ruin Pokemon, to be honest with you. I do think, we may see more of a um, diverse diversity between different TCGs. So, I mean, we got Pal World that is making a TCG. You can feel however you want about it. We've got Gundam, we've got One Piece, we've got Dragon Ball, we've got Naruto, we've got Lorcana, we've got Godzilla, we've got Magic. There's so many TCGs, and there's My Little Pony with all the bronies. Apparently, there's like a Hello Kitty. There's Weiss. There's Flesh and Blood. I mean, there's so many freaking TCGs, and there's more and more TCGs that are coming out. Hell, there's even Cyberpunk that's coming out. So I feel like it's going to make people, which I think is good. I think it's going to make people go to things they actually care about and that they love. Which I think is awesome. I think we need more of that in TCGs. I feel like, some TCGs, and it's not just Pokemon, people are in those TCGs when the going gets good. And then when the going isn't good, they were never in the TCG because they cared about the TCG. The TCG doesn't mean anything to them. They were only in there for the financial. So I think we might see kind of a split. How come your son Pablo didn't wish you? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We got blabbers in the house. Everybody fan of blabbers, say what's up to the blabbers. I was talking about Pokemon being everywhere in the ocean. I'm so confused. I'm sorry, Brandon. I might be retarded. If the governments around the world get their way, Pokemon cards won't be any different than cash. The lady from Franklin Templeton said we're going into the digital barter system. I believe it. I freaking believe it. We joke around about Pokemon being the new currency for America, like what supports the American dollar. I fully do, but I believe that that's like why they're pushing crypto and all of these different meme coins and stuff like that. I I will. I've told my wife about this. They've been pushing electric cars for years. I know California has a plan by, I think it was supposed to be 2028 or something like that, that they were going to have all electric vehicles. I told my wife I will always have a gas vehicle as long as I can fix it, and as long as it will run. I will always have a gas vehicle, no matter how much they want to raise up the gas prices. That is my right as an American. Are you in? Am I in belief that TPCI will no longer dump booster boxes like they did during Sword and Shield? No, I'm not. I think that Pokemon is going to dump booster boxes. I don't know when. Um, there's been there's been the rumor speculation for freaking 9 months, 10 months about or not 151. Phantasmal Flames booster boxes, 1.5 million Phantasmal Flames booster box reprints. Uh, Apparently, those have been fulfilled. They did not go to distro. They are sitting in a facility somewhere. So I do not. I am of the belief that Pokemon is doing artificial scarcity to increase artificial demand, FOMO, because of the 30th anniversary. If we were not close to the 30th anniversary or in the 30th anniversary year, I feel like this all would have been fixed. If you look at how much cards were printed, for 2025 going into 2026 from the year before, how do you print less cards when you know that demand is at an all-time high? I don't believe it. I think it's artificial. I think Pokemon's intentionally doing this. I think after the 30th anniversary is over with, next year we will see booster boxes all of a sudden. They're like, oh, we changed our mind because we're Pokemon, and here's your booster boxes. That's my belief. But I do think, here's the thing is, I do think that Pokemon wants to find a happy medium. They're going to try to keep MSRP as close as they can, probably within $20-$30 range. So it could be 20-30 bucks above MSRP or 20-30 bucks below MSRP. with the new printing facility, how big it is. Yes, they're obviously going to have, Magic, like Wizards of the Coast, or they're going to have, other TCGs like Lorcana, Ravensburger. They're going to have those companies that they can, give slots to. But I think that Pokemon's going to allow themselves to have that with the opportunity with the printing facility where they can really kind of play around with the throttle between acceleration or decretion, but between demand. Again, this isn't going to be like, oh, they see a demand in a set, boom, they pick it up. It's going to take a couple months, but instead of taking like 6 months, it could be 2 to 3 months. Fun to play, it will do well. Yeah, I've got 2 booster boxes. I'm gonna open up one, of the new set, the base set. I'm gonna open one, and I'm gonna keep one sealed, and we're gonna see what it's all about. They bounce. Winds and waves. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, that makes sense. We were talking about, yeah, yeah, if they don't have Pokemon all over the place, it's GG's. Night Chew, thanks for coming by, buddy. What up, Blood? Um, the tokens can fractionalize your cards and you can spend it like cash. Yeah. That they can kiss my ass. I like my cash. I don't like my stuff being on cards and all that crazy shit. So I don't know. We'll see. I ain't gonna worry about something until it happens. You know what I'm saying? Need gas vehicle for the apocalypse. Yeah, dude. Or get those solar panels, when the apocalypse hits and everything turns into a freaking desert, then you're good to go. For 48 hours, it's GG's. Yeah, dude, for sure. I do believe that they are artificially creating demand for the 30th. And look how easy it will be to print black booster boxes. Yep, for sure. And especially small set booster boxes. They're doing these mark my words, they're doing these small sets on purpose. If you, and of course, you got to be careful. Brandon M, good to see you. You gotta be careful with the content creators. They have rhymes or reasons for what they're saying. I do think that's a lot of these sets that we're getting. So your Perfect Order, your Chaos Rising, your Pitch Black, Rayquaza, um, Phantasmal Flames. I do feel like those sets were supposed to be two sets into one to make one big set, and then Pokemon made an audible. They and I think that's what the audible is. And I was talking with Krabby on me and Pack Hypes Live, and I was like, because we were talking about how Pokemon says they're done with Scarlet and Violet, not done with Scarlet and Violet, but like they're going to move on to Mega. They're going to move on to the Mega Block after Prismatic Evolutions. And I said, well, what if they move on to the Mega Block and reprint all of these sets that are out right now? Your Perfect Order, Phantasmal. Um, if we do get this 1.5 million booster boxes, that's probably it for Phantasma, at least for the short term. But so then you got Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, Pitch Black, again, Delta Rain. Um, they can print those sets very, very quickly, and then they can go back to Scarlet and Violet. So there's a ton of potential, a ton of things that can go on. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I think this is, if you had a gun to my head and said you have to take a guess, and one of the options was that they are intentionally not reprinting booster boxes to keep up the demand, to keep up the hype, to keep up this artificial scarcity that everybody runs with. If that was an option, I would take that option. I would in Minecraft, I would put my Minecraft life on the line. Yeah, no, no, totally awesome. You're right, because Logan Paul did that with his Illustrator card on like, what is it? Liquid Marketplace? I know it's no longer a thing, but everybody got bent over and fucked. So, yeah, I'm good. I don't know anything about crypto. I probably should know stuff about crypto. I'm too busy and I don't care enough. So, um I just do cash. That's it. Fractionalizing cards, yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. I mean, you already know it's cooked when you can take a loan out on your collection. You can hit up we got loan companies now that they'll give you if you got a $20,000 collection, they'll give you $20,000 worth of a loan, like, which is cool, right? But it just tells you, like, how cooked we are right now. But I'm here because before the world ends, I need a Moonbreon. Hell yeah. I mean, I pulled the Umbreon, I sold the Umbreon because I thought there was no way that card was gonna hold at 1,300 bucks. Boy, was I wrong, but for sure, the Moonbreon's still a great card. So, just I'll tell you what, keep working at your collection slowly but surely, and no matter what, you know, keep putting it in the sealed and buy, and when the bear market comes, just buy, buy, buy. Treat it just like you would in the bull run, and you will be able to own that Moonbreon very, very soon. That's so funny you say what I type before you saw. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about crypto unless you understand the 4-year cycle. I don't. I mean, I know, like with Pokemon, that there's cycles. There's rotation, you know, full rotation where you have the bear market, then goes into the bull market, and then goes back to the bear market. So I uh I understand that, but yeah, I don't. I know nothing about crypto besides you put in a crypto wallet, and that's it. That's all that I know. I know people do day trading. They move it from, left to right. I don't know, but yeah, I just don't care enough. On 20 boxes of team up. Hey, Kevin Clear, that's straight up the truth right there. Like I said, that's people, people ask me, or they used to ask me. Now I'm on the outside of the cool kids club. But people used to ask me, like, what was one of your biggest regrets? And it was not buying Evolving Skies at $160 because it was 120, and my guy I was buying packs from, and Fusion Strike as well. Not buying Fusion Strike yet. I think it was 120 for that as well, because he said, "Oh yeah, I can't sell it because it was over. I think it was like $5, over $5 a pack. He was selling them for." He said, "But I can order them from distro or from my distro guy for you." And I was like, "No, I'm okay. I'll wait." That yeah, that is one of my biggest regret. Also, Evolutions, not picking up Evolutions back when it was at Walmart. So yeah, man. You say you live and you learn, but as long if you just gotta remember, when it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years, just keep freaking buying. Make sure and you'll never be happy. I mean, you could own, let's be honest, you could own 1,000 Evolving Skies and 1,000 team up boxes, and you still would be like, damn, I need more. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never truly be happy. Just set yourself a goal. And as long as you set yourself a goal, then just know you'll never be happy, but you accomplished your goal, which is better than nothing. I should have bought it when I saw it at 1K. I'm like, no, it'll come down. Look after a while and 1,500. Now I'm like 2K. Fuck it. Yeah, for sure. It's a I think it's a generational card. I think the Sumbreon is better. I think the concept, or not the concept, but the general public has decided it's a better card than the Moonbreon, but it's still generational. People will remember the Moonbreon from Sword and Shield, so you will do just fine at whatever price point you pay. You got a near mint yesterday. Hey, you know what? You accomplished one of your goals. So that's all you can do. The story the story never gets old off, bro. No, yeah, it doesn't. We've all been there though. We've all been there, except for the new people. They haven't been there yet. I just always bought what I personally like, and hasn't failed me yet. No, it won't. Somebody on his ass. Get out of here, Blab. Get out of here with that bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I think you can, Kevin Clare. It depends on how long you've been in the market, how long you've been investing or collecting, or however you whatever you consider yourself to be. If you're looking like at from an investing standpoint, you could definitely take the collector mindset out and probably make more financially smart decisions than when you were a collector. But I think normally collectors tend to win better than the investors do that actually do care about what they have. But if you've been in this for 10 years and you've been like heavily collecting, it's just a different market. It's harder to make those plays. Not like you can't make those plays. Um, like I've been talking about black balt, white flare, not openly in videos, but in my lives. I've been talking about them for months before, all of these YouTubers had started talking about it like a month ago. I was talking about it for probably 2 to 3 months before them on how great black balt, white flare was going to do. So, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, but it doesn't matter how saturated the market is. There's always still plays that can be made. No, it's not the tokens like people are trading. In fact, once clarity happens, even when you use cash at a place, you'll be using crypto without you ever touching it. Yeah, I mean, hey, if they want to take my money and put it, and I have to put it into something to be able to go to a restaurant, then I guess it is what it is. But the whole a crypto coin is 60,000 or 50,000 or whatever a crypto coin. And so if you want to buy a taco for $3, it gets split into 0.2% of a coin. I don't fucking understand it. I think that's ultra goofy and stupid. But again, if that's the way of the world, then that's the way of the world. I don't know. I'll buy a house and live out in the middle of the country and put a well in where I can get my water, and I'll order a shit ton of cows and bison and chickens and pigs, and I'll just and stock my own pond, and I'll live off the land. And so yeah, I won't do any of the weird crypto shit that I don't understand. So like knowing what you know about being in the hobby for 10 years, yeah, I mean, you probably do extremely well, but it's also probably more difficult. Not more difficult. It's probably harder to get lucky with some of the plays. The more, there's a lot of people, and we've talked about this. You've had tons of people that come into the market, and I do think that I am of the personal belief we're probably looking at about a 70-30 split. 70% of people probably are in Pokemon because they have some sort of interest into Pokemon, but they're not like fans of Pokemon. They may like Pikachu, they may know who Charizard is, or Blastoise, or Venusaur, or Mewtwo, or Suicune, or Raichu, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they're just in it because it's the cool thing to do. Just like these stupid fucking dumplings. It's cool. You're collecting a little fucking dumpling that explodes. When the money is no longer popular, when you can't flip, you can't do all these crazy things, they'll be gone. They're grifters. They'll go to something else to make money. I think that there's probably about right now 70-30, 70% of people that just are in it for the wrong reasons. I think there's a lot of collectors that have left. I think there's a lot of collectors that are sitting on the sidelines, not actively engaging, just taking a break. And So, but with that being said, every single cycle we go through, every full rotation we see, more and more people are going to stay. So, I just think that with that and people going through more cycles, it's going to be harder to kind of solo out certain plays. Like if you were a big fan of the Bubble Mew was a $40-$60 card. It was not the number one card in Paldean Fates. The Charizard was. If you thought, oh man, that Mew has huge potential, Mew's very popular, it's a shiny Mew, you could have backed up the truck, and now look at what the Mew is doing. So um, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, man. I don't know. I don't like the sun just because of the crown. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the crowns, splatter paint type beat ass. Hey, bro. Hey, I like that. I might be a little biased to it. I think Umbreon EXSIR is a beautiful card. I'm right there with you, but I am biased. I did pull the card. So The rest of the card is insane. It is a very cool card. Yeah, for sure. I don't mind the crowns. Some of the crowns are ultra goofy, but for the most part, I think they did a good job with the crowns. And honestly, I think at some point people are going to go back and enjoy those crowns. We'll never forgive TPCI for that prismatic jolt. Ah, that Jolteon's bad, dude. That thing's trash. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep, Jolteon collection box for sure. Even the Vaporeon collection box is way better. The Flareon collection box is way better. They really dropped the freaking ball. I think honestly for me personally, the two best evolutions in prismatic evolutions is going to be your Sylveon and the Umbreon. Even if you like different evolutions. And the other good evolution is from the SPC. The SPC promo, freaking fantastic card, going to do very, very well. Um, but yeah, they really dropped the ball on Prismatic overall. The younger kids really into Black Belt White Flare. Yeah, I don't know if they are or not. I just think when you look at Black Bolt White Flare and how much the illustrations are, how difficult it is to pull a specific illustration rare, then on top of that, get that illustration rare in a PSA 10. If you're big into the whole grading concept, the fact that there's every Pokemon has an illustration rare or better, that opens up the gates. You don't even have to be like a Gen 5 fan or really like Gen 5. There's a Pokemon when we argue about sets and how there's like Ascended Heroes, there is a Pokemon in that set for everybody. Black Ball White Flare. There is a Pokemon in that set for everybody. Um, and I think it's just got huge, huge, huge potential. Yep. Yeah, if you watched my video in Ept when I did a breakdown of Scarlet and Violet, even I think Mega was in there too. It was the only one in the S tier. Yes, sir. I am behind a little bit. Let's see. My personal favorite, Paldean Fates, Specialty, and Paldea Evolve from the main line. Yeah, dude. The more and more that I hear people talk about Destin Rivals, the more and more I think about Paldea Evolved doing better than Destin Rivals. But in the future, they will create a scenario where you will beg to trade in your cash for crypto. We're in a simulation. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna beg for shit. I'm good. Uh, I ain't gonna, oh, as long as I can feed my kids, that's all that matters. And if they make it where I can't feed my kids because I don't have crypto, we got bigger problems. You can do a slideshow of every Pokemon and name them all and what type they are. That is pretty crazy on you, bro. And your girl likes dumplings. If she puts up with my Pokemon BS, she can have it. Hey, there you go. It's the best of both worlds, right? Get her those stupid little dumplings. Just make sure she's not paying those absurd prices for some of those dumplings. Dumplings are like the new Labubus. Nah, dude, the little boo boos are way better than these jiggly little things that you squeeze them too tight and they blow up. Nidos, Beyblades, all this crap, bro. Lovebirds was $20 a card on release. Nobody want it. Yep, yep. No, they're using stable coins, which is a one for one with cash, no tokens to a few 16 listed are commodities for speculative tradable assets. The key is figure out which token runs the new financial internet. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess do whatever they want. I'm just chilling. Lovebirds is also ass. Bro, the Lovebirds is not ass. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. It's a good artwork in my opinion. But hey, like I said, artwork is subjective. So great investment at 20 bones though. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The EVX from the SPC is naked in the box. Yeah, it is. It is. It's you slide that puppy out. That's why the pop is pretty low on it. I mean, it's let me see, because I have mine. I sent it off a while ago, like last year when the SPC first came out, and it came back a PSA 10, and it's actually surprisingly not as valuable as you would think that it would be with the way that the current market is. It has appreciated some, but when I first got the card back from PSA, it was around an $800 card, and then it went. I mean, just recently, it freaking went down to what did it go down to? Like $300. You could have picked it up for. Let me see. Let me get this pop on here. Yeah, so right now it says the estimate, I guess, is $409. Card ladder values it at 450 bucks. So it's a 21.47% gem rate. Total pop is 18,812. PSA 10 pop is 4,039. There's 12K in a PSA 9, 26 in an 8.5, 2 2.7 in an 8. So, not a very easy card to grade because Pokemon said, "Fuck it. Fuck it, ship it, don't protect it." But I've been talking about that card for a while. Even at 400 bucks, that card is that's a no-brainer right there. Eevee, Fruit Bowl, great card in my opinion. Blab probably hates that fucking card, but I like it. Yeah, fuck that. If they want to come to me and say, "Hey, we are allowing people to own a portion of your house," I'm a I'm gonna be like, "The fuck you are. This is my house. These are my cars. This is my property." Yeah, like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Should you really grade your card? You're worried about something bad happening, and they all seem so inconsistent to really matter. Yeah. So right now, I wouldn't grade any of your cards. If you do decide to grade a card, I would overnight it personally. Right now, with the prices of them, you're good. I wouldn't, especially if you care for that card. UPS, FedEx, USPS, they're all stealing cards, whether it's a third party or the actual company, people working for them. They know these addresses to these companies. They know where they're located. So I would not send off anything right now that you actually care about. If you don't care about it, it's a couple $5 cards, and you want to pay 80 bucks a pop for it. Sure, go ahead. But other than that, I personally wouldn't. There's a whole booth that just sells squishy stuff. Oh, dude, I believe it. People have gone crazy for that squishy stuff. Undervalued for sure right now, 400. Yeah, we were talking about it when it was like $300. But that's the best part is you owning a nice cardboard will let you sit nicely in the future. What if you told you I could sell you a service where I can put your card as a token in the wallet and let you collect 5% annually? I don't know, man. The whole like fractional ownership, I just think is a scam. I really do. I think it's a scam, and it's dumb people, dumb rich people, and desperate poor people that fall for that kind of stuff. Open about 10 SPCs, not a single one was gradable. Yeah, dude. Well, it was 4K and 12K, 21% PSA 10 gym rate. So yeah, dude. 10 SPCs, you should have just freaking bought the card in a PSA 10. It's a cool card. I like it. I like it a lot. It's somewhere I could show you guys. I might look for it here in a second. Um, so do you think my card I bought from TCG Player will get stolen from? No, because TCG Player is thousands of people sending from all over the states. So, like, if you were to send in a PSA doesn't switch around their addresses. You're sending to the same place in California time and time and time and time and time. Tag, same exact thing. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't skip your comment, Brandon. Oh, I guess I did skip your comment. My bad. I didn't mean to. Um, like that's what I'm saying is they're all in California, not all of them. Like AGS is in New York or Staten Island. Um, PCG is in Florida, but like Tag, PSA, those are in Cali. So you're sending it there. They know the addresses. They'll just mark it. Like I said, if you want to send it, I would just send it next day for real. Um, I have all the Zards from the Zard UPC back in Sword and Shield and PSA 10s. I paid under $100 for each. Yes, sir. And they're going for what? What are they going for right now? Um, I know they're probably going for like what, 600. I know those things were hard to grade. 710, 12, 12. I'll pull this up so you guys can see. 710, 1209 with 3 days left. 800, 551 with 2 days left. Sequential for 3,308. 535. I mean, yeah, dude. 900 or best offer, 870. So, yeah, dude. Like freaking up big. You know what I'm saying? Roxy, appreciate you, my friend. Hope you have a great Father's Day with your dad or with your nieces or nephews. Thanks for coming by, and I'll talk to you sometime next week. It's all good, yes, sir. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, I know a lot of places like TCG Player, they're not even putting, they're not putting, Poke Sun TCG as the shipping name. They're using a PO box. They're using other, they're even using fake names. If I get anything, I just use my normal name, like what my name is. Even if I have people, like subscribers, if I'm buying stuff off of them, or if they're wanting to send me stuff, I'll actually give them my physical name, my real ID, instead of putting, broke Pokemon. Because if you put anything like that, you are asking to potentially get, you know, put, get your stuff searched through. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. My kids are staying the night at their grandparents, and then they'll be back. They're going to church tomorrow, and then they're gonna be back tomorrow around like 12. So I got some dishes I gotta do. I got some laundry I gotta do. Um, so yeah, there's stuff. I gotta clean out the chickens and get them some new bedding. So hopefully I can get that all done tomorrow before they get home. What is the lore behind the fruitcake Eevee? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that that was in the Japanese set for Terrestrial Festival, and we got it as a promo. Which shout out to Pokemon, even though the SPC is super hard to get. I think that promo is pretty cheap. Let me see. Um, Super premium collection promo. Let me see if I can see how much that promo is. I'm pretty sure that promo is just like $30. But I think it's way better than a lot of the evolutions that are in the set, and the EV that's inside of the set as well. It's garbage compared to the promo. Oh, let's see. It's Canada 31.99 with $6 36. So it's about a $40 card. You can get a CGC 9.5 for 45 bucks. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful card. I don't really know the lore behind it. I never really cared. I just sent the sucker off. I said this sucker's clean. I sent it off and it came back a 10. So backed up legally, the system is watching. So you try the Logan Paul trick, and the AI will freeze and rip the money away from the con artist. Hey, good. Get the con artist out of here. You know what I'm saying? I never used TCG Player. That shit scares your boy. Yeah, don't be buying no cards unless they got pictures on them. You could get bent over and fucked. I'm a cat dad. I guess that counts. 25 raw. Yeah, I'm seeing like $40. It's starting to move up. Did your SPCs come in? Yes, sir. They did come in. Let me get rid of this blur so I can show you guys. But remember this. I don't collect Pokemon. I don't like Pokemon. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure everybody knows this. Booyah. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. I need to get a protection for this bad boy. But yeah. Super glad I got those. Shout out to Korean guy for allowing or for telling me the secret. Theoretically, Pokemon could still be a thing in the year 2134 and is designed to last hundreds of years. Yeah, I mean, I think if Disney has been around for 100 years, Pokemon could do the same thing. I'm a fish father. Hey, shout out to the fish fathers. Yeah, Prismatic has just a few cards that I would love to actually own. It's really sad. I don't get the hype. I've gotten so many W's as of late. Hey, I try. I mean, a lot of people do, they get a lot more W's. A lot more W's than I do. I'm just glad, like the SPC was a massive thing that I wanted. I had 3, but when I sold my collection, you guys know I love SPCs and UPCs. I'm a massive believer in those. And so I was just glad to be able to get that. And then, I got my Chaos. So I got my Chaos Pokemon Center ETBs. I got the Chaos Rising. I got my little Chaos Rising booster box. You know what I'm saying? So not trying to show off or sound like a dick, but some of you guys don't know. I've been told that I don't collect. So what was the secret he told you? The secret that he told me was um you go to Twitter and you click on the links on Twitter. And when you click on those links, one of them will put you where you're logged in to Sam's Club on computer. And then you just, do the click and the enter button and just spam click it. So I'm taking so many L's. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm there with you. So hopefully, we get some more Ascended Heroes PCTB drops because my kids kind of fucked me. But hey, I'm a man of my word, so I'll do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? There'll be other great sets out at some point. It's from 100% 50K plus seller with all the labels at 2100. I figured it was solid when they said near mint, or do you think it will be bad? I mean, if it's 100% seller with 50K plus reviews, you should be fine. If you have any issues, hit up TCG Player. When it comes to big cards like that, I would either go to your LGS, go to a card show, or uh, go on eBay. You also can message people on TCG Player. You can click on their profile and message them directly before you buy and say, "Hey, can you send me a couple pictures of the card?" Um, just examine it when you get it. Look really closely because people will put near mint, and there's dents or there's scratches or there's you know if there's anything if there were pictures provided and what you get is not what was in the picture or what the picture made it perceived, hit up TCG Player, hit up the seller and say, "Hey, this isn't what I was expecting." You were one of the people who waited to buy into Prismatic Evolutions, changed that with this reprint. Yeah, man. I'm still one of those people. I am not worried about Prismatic Evolutions. I wasn't worried about 151. I opened up a shit ton of 151. I wasn't worried about 151. Still, I'm not worried about 151. I think it's severely, severely overrated. I think that they will come out with a much better set than 151 at some point. or the original, Gen 1 starters or Generation 1. Prismatic, same thing, man. There's been so much prismatic printed. It's probably the most printed set of all time, to be honest with you, probably more than Crown Zenith. And I strongly feel, and maybe I'm just an idiot. So a lot of people think I am an idiot. I think that in a slowdown, a bear market situation, I think there is obviously a ton that has been ripped, but there is also um, a ton that people are hoarding. So I don't take you showing your stuff as being a take. No, man. I mean, but like I get it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I understand. Um, if I show the SPCs, the booster boxes, the ETBs, if like some people don't hit, so that's why like people want to be like, yo, show me your collection, or show me cards that you picked up or whatever. And like I don't want to do that. Like even if I had the room, like if I could do a backdrop, I don't want to do a backdrop because it shouldn't be about that. Like I shouldn't have to show you guys shit for you guys to appreciate me. And I know that a lot of people don't care, but for some people they do care. So I just don't like showing off shit. I think Prismatic is gonna sit around 200, 250 for a long time. Like Hidden Fate sat at 150 to 200. I agree. I do think there is massive potential to see a dip even lower than what it is right now. I know that could be crazy. It's going to depend on market conditions, what people decide to do. I think that we're seeing a ton of product that's not going to the secondary market to be sold. It's going to, you know, rip and shippers, content creators, and they're just going from content to content. Um, so I think, say we wake up next year in March and we're full blown crash, like sky is falling. Uh, get out if you need to get out. I think we're going to see a flood onto the secondary market. You're starting to hear a lot of the bigger, content creators, bigger people. They're not over leveraged, but they've bought in a ton of collections because everybody's been liquidating their collections. And if people can't go to them to liquidate everything, then they're going to have to go to the secondary market. And I think that that's where we're going to see Prismatic. So, yeah, I'm not super worried about Prismatic. I think if you want Prismatic, there'll be tons of opportunities and probably at cheaper price points. Could be completely wrong, but um, totally awesome. It depends. Are you looking for what is your goal with it? I guess would be my question to you if you're still in here. The backdrop looks good, but it's kind of cringe. Yeah. All the ETBs and booster boxes. Yeah. No. I mean, dude, this is my living, or this is not my living room. This is my dining room. So I've got my son downstairs. I've got an L room that I eventually want to turn into like have shelves and be able to make videos down there because it's got a door. I can close myself in there and chill. But it's not there right now. So until it is, you all ain't gonna see no product, you know. But it's not like I'm hiding anything. I've got a stack of singles, different kinds of singles. Um, I've got some slabs. I'm not a huge slab person. I've got tag slabs I can show you guys. Not right now because they're downstairs in a tote, but I could definitely show you guys some tag slabs at some point. I've got bulk. I mean, this is just bulk from like Perfect Order and probably some freaking Destin Rivals that my kids keep opening. I mean, there's a freaking what do you X is that? There's a Mewtwo. Yeah, so Destin Rivals Mewtwo. I mean, again, I'm not going to show shit just because Henry and Team Rocket Joey want to be like, well, this is a Pokemon podcast. Show me what you got. No, go fuck yourself. I still don't know how I'm going to organize my shit. It's mostly just bubble wrap inside a big cardboard box. Yeah, dude. I mean, Who cares? You know? I mean, you've got boxes laying all over the place, but you've got a room dedicated to that. You have an upstairs. You don't have kids, you know? Um, if I could, if I didn't have kids or animals that would rip through my shit, yeah, I probably have boxes just laying around all over the place, but I gotta be smart about it because my kids, I put them in a tote and I leave my tote upstairs, and then my kids go and they get in the tote and they open up PCETB of Ascended Heroes and two Ascended Heroes ETBs and a poster collection, and so it's I gotta be careful with it to hold it forever and pass it on to my son. Okay, so if it's a card that you're passionate about, I guess you're probably talking about the Moonbryon, huh? See, that's hard. Okay, so if it's the Moonbryon that you're talking about, man, for me personally, I would send it to tag. Is what I would do. I wouldn't send it to CGC. I don't. I think CGC is terrible. I think they're a joke of a company. They just have so many issues, and no company's perfect either. I really like the tag slabs. I think the tag slabs look awesome. They're super transparent. So what you can also do is if you do get them in a tag slab, you can get those background displays, which makes it uh, just like it looks like a piece of art. You could literally hang it inside of your house, like on a wall. So super, super cool. If you're looking for, potential liquidity, like super long lasting liquidity, I would say PSA. It's a gamble. It's a massive gamble. You never know. PSA could be the top dog right now, and then in 100 years from now, if the world's even still existing in 100 years, it could, Tag could be it, or CGC, or PCG, or whatever. So yeah, it would be more of like what you want. Me personally, for personal collections, I would go with Tag. I mean, if you can still buy Prismatic in 2 years for 250, I would say that because there's just too much out there. Yeah, for sure. I think Prismatic is going to be just like um, Shining Fates, Hidden Fates, there, Crown Zenith. I mean, Crown Zenith's now at 300, and I think Crown Zenith is a much better set than Prismatic Evolutions, i.e., Extended Heroes. Yeah, bro, for sure. Same thing. Same thing. Umbreon's my favorite mon, and when I first saw it, I couldn't get it out. Now that I could, uh, I just said if I don't do it now, I may or may not get another chance. But in my honest opinion, the art is the best I have ever seen. Yeah, for sure. Um, absolutely. So, yeah, like, yeah, it just comes down to what you want. I think tag slabs are freaking beautiful. Um, PSA slabs, I think, are ugly. So, do what you think is best for you and for your son. You just it's a gamble at the end of the day. You don't know. What's up, Korean guy? How are you, buddy? It's late for a nap, my friend. That's some wild stuff. CGC for comic books only. Yeah, for sure. Korean in the house. Everybody say what's up to Korean. CGC is worse than a top loader. Nobody's buying that shit. I don't care if it's a gold Zard and a 10. Yeah, the only time that people are paying more for CGC is the pristines. So yeah, just woke up. You're mad, man, bro. I prefer CGC over PSA all day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Someday you'll be cool like Henry, bro. Nah. You talking to me, blood? I have no desire to be cool like Henry. Fuck that. I don't want 5,000 subscribers. I just want enough to be able to make, some money off of the videos that I never post anyways. So honestly, it doesn't matter. 20K, but who buying it? Yeah. No, I mean, there are people that still like CGC for sure, especially the pristines. Typically, the pristines are going to either be at the same value or slightly above the value of PSA. Um, I I know that Krabby is a huge proponent of CGC. That is though for, anywhere from like 5 to $100 cards. If you're, for that, he then says PSA. So for your Umbreon, he would tell you PSA. Most bigger content creators are going to tell you PSA as far as the liquidity and longest lasting value. I think, I still think that if I was going to get a slab for my children long term, um, I would personally probably do PSA, but I would not be sending it in right now. PSA, more than likely, what will happen at some point when the market slows down, especially the grading market, they will probably ease up on their strictness that they are currently at, which I believe is 55-45 for the front. And if they go to 60-40, it will make a worlds of difference between a 10 and a 9. So that would be my advice to you from a parent to parent. California crew, yes, sir. Oh, I just bought 2 ARS slabs and posted. Yeah, I did see that, dude. That dude, ARS, I would love a freaking ARS slab. I was super jealous. I saw that Shug sent Heart Attack and ARS Mega Gengar SAR from the Japanese version, and I was like, "Dang, dude! Like, I wish Shug messed with me like that." That ARS is awesome. I at least I think so. I've never seen it in person, so I don't know, but what a gift. Crown Zenith is the best set. Nah, yeah, yeah, for sure. Crown Zenith is awesome. I'm not gonna try to change your mind on it. I've been preaching about Crown Zenith for a long time. Crown Zenith is literally the Crown Zenith special sets. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. We'll change the labels up for sure. I was so tired of the weekend, bro. The second weekend hit, I crashed. Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. I wish I was tired today too, but gotta try to do my best to keep you um try to keep y'all entertained. Oh, cool like Henry for sure. Oh, nice, good. I'm glad you got I'm glad you got your emotes back. If I go bald, I go bald, but I ain't gonna sell out, that's for sure. I do like to tag shells in the future. IG, I could crack it and send it somewhere else. You got my sub. I appreciate it. It's totally awesome. Um, yeah, dude. I mean, it's just personal preference. It is. So, um, yeah, you just gotta do what you think is the best thing to do for you. And but yeah, even though, so I think the Moonbreon is going for about, I think it's 5K now. Let me see what it's going for. I'm pretty sure it's about 5K. Let's see. Yeah, it's 5K, 5K PSA 10. Then you got your BGS, which is 5.5. I don't even know what is this. Uh, Hyper Rare 5. What's that? Chinese, probably. Yeah, so you're looking at about 5K. I think PSA, if you were to send it into PSA, let's see, PSA grading. Let me see how much PSA is going to be for that. Oh, so I mean, the card's value is like around 2K, so you could do the 149. That's probably what I would do is the 149 if you were going to send it into PSA. Again, you're looking at a 20 to 30-day business day time. It also includes grader notes. I would not though. Like really right now, I just wouldn't. I'd chill, wait. What's the rush? Um, at the end of the day, there's really no rush. It'll all be all right. The texture power cards though, looking sick. I guess did they drop some more cards? Hot take. I have saved searches for CGC and not PSA. Nah, dude. You can collect what you like, buddy. Like I love tag and people shit down my throat about tag. Mobby Stellar Crown Strapagos for a heirloom for my kids. Heirloom. Joking, not joking, because I love turtles. Nah, dude. You got I'm pretty sure if you could get more Terrapagos at the prices that you got them, especially the PSA 10s, you would be loaded up. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully you learned something from the live. If not, Hopefully you had a fun time for sure. I've been getting my shit pushed in all week. Yeah, dude, it's been rough. So, what's your take on the new Team Rocket trademark? What you think it is? I think it is some form of a set. I don't think it's a product. I think it's going to be probably a specialty set. We talked about that like way early in the live. So, I think it's going to be a specialty set for like the middle of next year, which is going to be insane. Hopefully, they do a freaking banger job with it. Like true Team Rocket themes would be great. I got it for 22. So okay, yeah, yeah, that, yeah. Like I said, some people they'll send in really expensive cards at like bulk value, so when they get upcharged, it's no big deal. I would just, again, if you do send it, just pay the extra money and do overnight to make sure it goes from. I don't care if you live in freaking Florida. It goes from Florida to California overnight, gets delivered the next day. The less time that it takes to get into PSA or CGC or tag or whoever, the better your card's going to be. And if you need to put the insurance on it too. It's been a rough one. Yeah. I have cards in the same condition today that I pulled 30 years ago. No rush to grade for sure, bro. I think they're going to do a Rust Syndicate. I don't know what that means. No rush, just getting my game planner out before I get that card. What's the best way to display it until then? Or you have any recommendations? Yeah. So some people, what I do, I'm a broke bitch. So this is what I do. A perfect example. I picked up this card today. Um, I literally paid. I went and paid $10 for the card. $10 for the card. I put it in a perfect. I put it in a perfect fit, penny sleeve, and you can double do it. So you can put one on the bottom, like going from the bottom to the top of the card, and then putting another one over from the top to the bottom. So you double do it, and then you go on Amazon and you put PSA graded, like graded cards. You can get like five of these for $20, and then this little slab protector is from Dragon Shield, I think. Dragon Scale, and you can just go on their website and order any different color. That's what I would do if I was you. Um, and then you can get a little stand. Those little stands. You can get a stand, and you could put it in a cupboard or on your desk or something like that. That would be my recommendation. But also, there's other ones you can get on Amazon too that they'll clip in place. Same idea, but the graded guards or the different colors just kind of add like a nice little style to it. So ME 7.5, yeah, probably. And then I think based off of my talks with other people, just kind of brainstorming, probably the Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire, which is the only trademarked name that was on that a list originally before we even had Mega Evolutions base, or we knew that it was going to be Mega Evolutions base. Mega Symphonia, Mega Brave. The only one is Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire. I think that will be the last set to finish off Mega Evolutions, and then we'll go into Winds and Waves. So, did you see what the Poor in Zekrom ETB promo number 131 is going? The one for Ascended Heroes? Nah. Is it dumb stupid? It probably is. I know that the pop is really low on it. I guess I'll look on eBay real quick. Oh, show. It's so funny that I know exactly what you mean by by poor man. 575, 600. Yeah, that's about right. No, is it more than that? No, dude, I'm looking at it. Am I looking at the wrong one? Number 31, Black Star promo. It ain't no 2K. Booster boxes are pretty much gone too. Crazy, dude. But that's the thing, man, is like and I'm not skipping y'all's comments. I just saw Korean guy and me and Korean guy. We're like the two Power World like idiots that are going into Power World sort of. Um, every TCG is booming right now. Like even new TCGs, especially because everyone is thinking the same thing, oh, it's a base set. So I might get lucky. This could be like Pokemon. If I hold on to this in 20 years, all these TCGs they're just booming and doing fantastic. So I hope Power World does great. I'll definitely be buying Power World. If they can, if there's cool cards, cool designs, and the boxes continue to be at an affordable price for sure. Like I think competition is a great thing, and Power World is the closest competition to Pokemon, right? As far as like one for one style. So hopefully the game plays well. Hopefully people enjoy it, and we'll see what it does. The Rust Syndicate is a faction Legends EA kind of Team Rocket vibes, but not so mischievous. Interesting. Interesting. No, dude, I hope they do like Dark Pokemon, Jesse James, like bring the heat, bro. Sweet. That looks like all I need to sit next to my PSA Rainbow GX Umbreon. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. These are, some of these are graded, which I mean, this one's my daughter's. So, um, this one's my daughter's. I just got this little bumper guard. It was like $8. I got that today, so I put it on. So she'll have something tomorrow. I'll just show you. This is kind of what I've been doing as of late. Um, is like I got the Mega Diancie little $8 bumper guard. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty nice. Like it. And then if I have a PSA, so here's my Umbreon in Darkrai promo. That should be a freaking 10, but it's a 9. Just slapped it on, looks cool. And Team Rocket's Moltres, Korean, PSA 10. I think looks pretty good, pretty good. Not not no graded guard, but looks cool. And then I picked up the Mega Latias Japanese for like $30. Put it in one of these slabs and a graded guard. And then this is what the slabs look like. So exactly like PSA slabs, they just don't have a where like the labels, but I've actually seen people download and make their own labels. So you can make, um, Jimmy's Umbreon and give it a PSA 1000, or pristine, some shit like that. So drop the links to those pore slabs and protectors. I'll buy a few for sure. Yeah, I can. I'll drop a link in the Discord. um I don't know where I'll drop it, but I'll drop it somewhere and I'll at you, and then yeah, I'll put the name of the company for the slabs. So what I'm gonna do, so inept, I don't know if you were here, but the Mega Gengar, Mega Attack Rare, I'm gonna put this in one of those graded slabs, and they have at the shop, they have a purple and a like green, like a neon green, lime green one that I think will go really good with because of that green right there. So I got the vote and people said it would look fire. So next week, next Saturday, I'll show you guys and hopefully you guys like it. But that's the thing. Like 2K. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see. Only reason I got a case because it is a base set. Not doing that for the next set. You can actually pre-order the next Power World set right now. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, same website. Last SBC seal case order was shipped inside of a My Little Pony shipping box. Damn. So I guess you had to cut it open, which that kind of ruins the sealed case premium, if that's even a thing. MetaZoo was so close to being something. It's funny how that all worked out. Yeah, for sure. The Zach Robinson Heroes Pokemon Center TV promo is one of the hottest modern trading cards. PSA 10 copies of this rare promo regularly verified sales from range from 3720 to 7100, even 37 for an ultra modern PSA Pokemon Center promo, and a PSA 10 is just dumb. Here, let me look. I'm gonna look up Pokemon Center and see what. I know they were going for about 5K, probably about a month ago. Let's see what we can find. Dude, that's fucking insane. Look at this. Sorry for the cussing. If some people don't like it, I don't care. It's kind of like my channel, so that's how we do it. 5,800 was on the 17th. On the 10th, it sold for 71, 58, 57, 5, 5.4. So I think the 71 was kind of some goofy stuff. No, I mean it was on PSA, so that's an anomaly for sure. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's what I was talking about for sure. Yeah, yeah. Gamers Guilds put it up on the new TCG today. Long way to go. So I'm gonna see how the base set is before I decide so much time. I don't feel like giving them a free loan for 4 months. That's a valid point. That's a very valid point. That's insane. Yeah. No, let's see what I meant. The box they shipped it to me was from My Little Pony. Oh, okay, gotcha. So they double boxed it. So the box outside of the box was My Little Pony. Yeah, which I've heard My Little Pony is freaking doing awesome as well. Yeah, dude, you're right, Brandon. For 2,600 March 31st. Um, these aren't Pokemon Center. So there wasn't a ton of them. There wasn't a ton, and then they just exploded in price. It's just actually, it's not surprising. It's not surprising with what the market is doing. The fact, and you guys know, like I'm a big singles guy. I love singles. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even give a shit about graded cards anymore. Because I can throw them, like I said, I can throw them in these slabs, throw them in the slab protectors. I don't even care if they're graded. Um, but the fact that people are saying to not go into sealed and to just to buy singles and graded cards, that's the new investment. It's so dangerous. It's so freaking dangerous, man. Those things can crash. And I know Drunk was talking about, he doesn't think it's going to be a crash. It's going to be like probably a slow burn. I don't think he ever answered the question, but those things they'll crash. They'll go one night. You'll be going, man, I'm up $3,000. The next day, you could wake up and you could be down. Um, for no reason, just down $4,000. It's just crazy to me. But hey, if you're looking at doing the quick flipping, do it, do it, do it, do it. Just make sure you are literally quick flipping. Yeah, it's super dangerous. Why you brought up your Zards? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Dude, for me, I'm just chilling. Like, I've got that EV card. Originally, like I said, I could have sold it for $800. I'm like, nah. My daughter loves that card. I really like that card. I'm gonna hold it. And in 10 years, if Prismatic Evolutions is as incredible as people say it's gonna be, like, dude, that card, it's already it's a promo. It's not the easiest to grade. I mean, 21% is pretty low on the grading scale. Um, like that card's gonna like there's no reason that card shouldn't be thousands of dollars at some point. Hold what you like for sure. Sealed single prices, ebb and flow. Gotta know when to position yourself and always collect what you like. So it says, hey, that's true. That's true, man. That's for sure. I mean, but if sealed is more stable than singles are, singles, they're just more volatile. That's just the name of the game. And you're right. Collect what you like. If you collect what you like, you will have no problem. Sometimes it still hurts, right? But that's why I don't, dude. I got a Korean Moltres because I don't care. I like the card. I got the card graded PSA 10 for $50. So I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't care if the card goes to zero. It's still a banger of a card. But a lot of people, I feel like, don't care. Like, they don't care. They don't collect what they love. They collect what is valuable or what they're told is value. Still super pissed you never hit any Ascend Heroes on the Pokemon Store. Yeah, dude, the only one I'm shocked with is that the bundles. Those bundles you should have, unless your work or you were asleep, you should have been able to hit on those bundles. They turned that queue off for a good solid 45 minutes an hour before they turned just the whole thing off. Oh, literally like everything I own. That $400 PSA 10 Giratina is ridiculous. A $400 PSA 10 Giratina. What do you mean there's a PSA 10 Giratina right now? What am I missing? I don't think we've talked about that, Brandon. You actually got the bundles. Yeah, dude. I thought we were going to I thought the boom was canceled. I thought bull market was over with after seeing what they did with the Ascended Heroes bundles. I made a whole video about it. I was like, the bull run's canceled. We're boom, or Pokemon's printing. They're saying, hold my beer. We're printing, and boy, did that video not age well. I was very wrong about that. Oh yeah, you paid 400. Yeah, dude. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you. And same thing, the Umbreon from Evolving Skies used to be when the set came out. The Rayquaza was the most expensive card. And the Moonbreon was like 100 and I think it was like 110, 120 bucks. So, there, but I promise, even if Pokemon never reprints any more booster boxes, at some point the market will cool off. People will leave, demand will subside, and you will have opportunities to get generational cards as long as you stay active and a part of Pokemon through the good and the bad. And I'm not just saying that to blow steam up your ass. And there are people in this chat right now that can voice for that. I would be salty to lose 2,200 bucks, but I like the card enough. If right to the bottom, no, that card's never. No, that card. I mean, it could take a correction, but it ain't gonna go down to 20. You ain't gonna lose that kind of money for sure. Feel like I'm being targeted. Some of my Pokemon played Yellow on the OG Game Boy as a kid. So much Kanto nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Kanto for me, like I like Kanto, but I'm a Johto and Hoenn person at the end of the day. So, um, it's cool. I ain't I've played them all. Um, those those two gens are my favorite personally. So you Air 17 on your home internet and then on your phone. And then your phone died. I tried VPN and everything. It was dang, dude. Yeah, Korean guy, you got some bad luck, buddy. That is rough. I was not driving my parents 30 minutes away, but I don't blame you. I don't blame you, dude. Pokemon, they're trying to get you to quit. I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to just rage quit, call it a day. Moonbeyond is really safe now for sure. We're the true believers, the ride or die. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It will drop. Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing though. I don't see let me pull up. Let me pull up the Umbreon from Evolving Skies. Give me a sec. Because I bet you it really hasn't grown crazy compared to some of these other cards for how old this card is. I don't want near mint. Why is it showing damaged? Near mint. Okay, thank you. All right. So we'll just look at a year. Here, we'll do this. At a stage. Bada boom. So, okay. So this is a year graph, and you can see we'll just go to the bottom. So August 4th of last year, it was at 1,300, and then it just went parabolic, just shot up all the way to 2,146. Excuse me, September 15th, and then pretty much for a whole year. It has just gone down and up. So this is, the lowest you'll probably see on this card, even in like the worst bull market of all time, or not bull market, bear market of all time, is probably 1600. You're going to see anywhere from probably 1600 to 20, to 2200. If we were to crash like today. Does that make sense? That's where I would put it. But I can promise you, you're never going to go lower than 1300 for that card. 1200 is your guess? Yeah, I don't think so. But again, what do I know? What do I know on that? The cards in Ascended Heroes are more expensive than that. Yeah, yeah. Perfect example. This card, this Umbreon is way better than the Ascended Heroes. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm talking about. This card right here is way better looking than Mega Gengar, Mega Pikachu, or not Mega Pikachu, the Trikachu, which is literally freaking Celebrations Pikachu, except for modernized. Like it's a glorified full art. Get out of here. Get out of here. What's up, Ty 813 the Bay? We're blasting off. Depends on the crash. Yeah, bro. I think 12, I think 1300 is probably the lowest. With like maximum effort crash, but anything's possible. Pop the Everett EX at 5.7K versus pack price over the next few years. Yeah, so um the Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. Let me see. What is the pop? What is the pop on that thing? I know it's pretty freaking hard to grade, is what I've heard. Um let's see what we got for PSA 10. Okay. Holy cow. It sold for $7,000. I thought you said that thing was 5K. Let's see. Okay, so it's got 20,000, almost 6K, or a PSA 10. So you're looking at what? 6, 12, 18. I mean, you're looking at like what, 30%? Is that right? 30%? The number is low. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. With how new this card is, even with it being a low percentage, I know it's extremely difficult to pull. It's about a one in every 2,000 packs, roughly, to pull this specific card. Like I said, majority of people say that it is better than the Moonbreon. This price point, though, at 7,000 is completely freaking ridiculous. This card, this set is probably one of the most ripped sets of all time, and it will continue to be ripped. If we can get cheaper prices on it, like in a crash or like a bear market, people will continue to open this. So I think the pop will go up. You also have to take into consideration PSA is currently backlogged. What is it, freaking 17 or 14 million cards? Which, if you depending on who you talk to, about half of them are Pokemon. So you're looking at about 7 million to freaking 10 million cards of Pokemon. I'm sure there's a shit ton of these Umbreons in there. Um, probably 50,000 or more. So yeah, I think, long term, yeah, no issue. This card will be a 7,000, $10,000 card, $20,000 card. Right now, though, I would not be paying that, personally, unless, like you said, you're just going to hold for years and years and years and years and years, and you're going to be here for years and years and years. It's been around a 5K pop for a while now. Yeah, man. I mean, it just I feel like, if there's let's say there's 14 million cards, half of them are Pokemon, so that's 7 million. You're looking at roughly, I mean, you have Ascended Heroes, Prismatic Evolutions, probably some Destined Rivals. Of course, there's probably some vintage on top of that, maybe some gold stars. I mean, here's the thing is, let's see, Umbreon VMAX. Let me pull this up. Let's see how many, because there isn't there like 50,000 Umbreon VMAXs that were graded. I know there's not. Actually, there might be 50,000 of those too. Let me see something. Hold on. Okay, so there's 30,000 as the total pop, and 21,000 of these are PSA 10 pops. Obviously, a lot harder to get the prismatic one than it is to get the terrestrial one. I mean, based off of the numbers, I just feel like they have printed so much prismatic evolutions. I feel like we're probably looking at, if the numbers stay that the way they are, so you're looking at 20,000, so you're looking at about a quarter. So I think that there I think with prismatic there could probably be, I'd give it 40,000. So you're probably looking at around 10 to 11K pop for this card, you know, with 40,000 of these being graded. There's probably even more, honestly. Um, I think that with the Moonbreon being 5K, realistically, um, I think this card should be like 3K. That's where I would put it. So, but again, if you've been around for years and years and years and years and years, and you can hold, like, this is like, this will be a card that will do very well long term. I'm with you. My first game was Johto and loved Sapphire and Emerald. Left after that. Now I'm back playing emulators. I need Moonbreon. Oh damn nostalgia. FOB, okay, if I help. Okay. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good on that card. That's a great pickup. So, stuff like crazy other TCGs can have the same single prices as Pokemon. The sealed boosters and boxes are not as inflated as a Pokemon. Only the singles are booming and not the sealed for sure. Yeah, dude. It's just markets are gonna market differently. It's just how it is. But honestly, you can look at freaking like Lorcana, right? Wilds Unknown is going, there's a buzz in there going for about 6K for a raw card. The booster box is costing you to 220 dollars for that booster box. Then there's a $2,000 card on top of that. Yeah, like, it's just every market's different. Just you try to understand the market that you're in the best. That's a dope Umbreon. Prismatic still has my absolutely, bro. The way its tail goes around the castle just looks weird to me. I understand. All right, inept. I'm sure you're gone. Love you though, buddy. Have a good one. The number is low for sure. 5K out of 20. I mean, it's pretty much 6K. So you're looking at roughly 6, 12, 18. I mean, you're looking at kind of like around that 30% range for it. Um, I still feel like the number can double. I think you're probably looking at about 11,000 to about 40,000, maybe even 15,000 in a total PSA 10 pop. Still not a super high number for the card, but it is about a one in every 2,000 packs to be able to pull it. Um, I do not trust this number. Here's my thing to you. And I don't know if you're still in here. It looks like you've commented. Um, looks like you've commented a couple times that I'm trying to get to. The Here's how a traditional crash works. Slabs get hit first, then singles get hurt. Normally, your sealed is going to drop anywhere from, it could stay stagnant or it could go all the way down to 30%. Your singles and your slabs can go 50, 60, 70, 80%. Freaking take this number, 7K, and cut that bitch in half. I think it'd be going lower than that, but that leaves you with 3,500. So you could even do freaking because it's the Umbreon. I mean, that's why I gave it the 50%. I'm of the firm belief that this bear market's going to be freaking brutal. Probably not at first, but at some point it's going to be brutal. Really, really bad. A lot of people are going to leave. Nothing's going to move. So you could even try to do 70%, which I know sounds asinine, but take 70%, and that's where I see the value of the card at. There's people that have bought in the Gengar, the Mega Gengar, the Mega Trick or the Trikachu from Ascended Heroes. They paid 5K for it. The cards they were down to 3,500. I don't know what they're currently going for at this moment. I guess I could probably look it up before I say something stupid, and then they're up to like freaking $7,000 now. Let me see. Moonbeam is just hard to pull, yes sir. And print and hoard, yes sir. Yeah, dude. 2,700 for a PSA 10. So these were going for 5K not too long ago. Already down, freaking $2,300 in just like a month, honestly. So just you got to be careful, man. You got to be freaking careful. And I've visibly seen keep popping low for some chases. Yep. Pops will stay low too well. It's around 5K for a while. Just crazy to believe. Yeah, for sure. I'm not buying it. It'll be all right at some point. The numbers will go up. I promise. They've printed a shit ton of prismatic, and a lot of it has not been opened. Absolutely, bro. People got like 1,000 VTBs in the garages. Absolutely, bro. 100%. Yep. You guys are spitting straight facts. 28%. I have some PSA 10s with 11% gem rates. I'm not buying at these prices at all. I'm just saying, like, realistically, cut that number in half. And so you're looking at like 35K or 3,500. But bear market slabs and singles are going to be brutal. Still not as much. People are always going to want to rip, even during World War III, for sure. For sure. And I do think that probably next year we're going to see the junk wax slab era. So slabs will probably take a massive shit. Um, Not all slabs. Again, there's going to be your vintage, there's going to be your grails, your generational cards, but even those will not be safe. We may see like an 80% crash in a majority of slabs. Those slabs could only crash, 50, 60, maybe even 40%. But still, if you buy at all time highs, that's still going to hurt you, especially if you've got it put on Klarna, Afterpay, these pay in fours, these pays in 12s, these pays in 24 months, where there's interest at 33%. That's going to hurt you. So be smart. It is what it is. But hey, you know what? If you hold for years, you'll eventually be just fine. Even with Klarna, Afterpay, pays in 24s, doesn't really matter. Try to find a raw when I went to 9, but I didn't have the time to find one. Yeah, no, for sure. I personally, if I was you, I would look at Japanese for that card in a PSA 10. It will still do extraordinarily well. It will still do extraordinarily well regardless. But I don't know what it's going for. It's probably going for like $700 in a PSA 10 for Japanese. So, which 45% down. What I was saying is, I believe that PSA sometimes intentionally grades certain cards lower to keep the value high. Absolutely, bro. That's why I do not like PSA. But shout out to you guys, Brandon, Korean, the two Brandons, Brandon M, Brandon Ludwig Pig, uh, Roxy, Thomas, Lambo, Inept, Ty 813, totally awesome. I'm trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. LeChonk. We're gonna wrap this up here in a freaking minute. We're at almost 3 hours. Blood, you're a little ghost watcher. Ghost listening work. Damn, even Blab's ghost listening. Y'all ghost listening. Let's see. Bought the card outright. I didn't want to do alone. It was a bit. It was the last bit of my tax return. That's the way to do it, baby. As long as your bills are paid, get that card. I don't blame you. That's what I'm doing. I'm saving up money, and I'm gonna use some of my tax return next year. So, anyways, y'all, I appreciate you guys. Y'all missed any part of this live and want to watch it, y'all can watch it. It'll be uploaded here shortly. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your Father's Day. Enjoy your dads. Enjoy being a father, whether it's a cat, a dog, a goldfish, uh, the family squirrel. It doesn't matter. Appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for you guys coming out. I'll see you guys later this week. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye.